to smash upon the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. We're going to talk about pressure. Come on. Let's get it.
Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside.
Yo.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
5,
charge it to the game.
4,
I'm with L, yeah, I'm
3,
with T-Black, I'm with Revenue.
2,
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J,
1.
yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still
What's good? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. As we continue to talk about the Cowboys offseason, you guys already know. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, always love to talk about the Dallas Cowboys in some type of form or fashion. Now, as we get this thing going the best way possible, for those who are new to this, my name is Law Nation Sports, and we're going to go over all of this, and we're going to give you guys the unbelievable breakdown of Dak Prescott and also the other quarterbacks. Now, pressure is important. Pressure is necessary. I don't want to hear people say, I want no pressure. Don't bring me the pressure. No. You want the pressure. You want the temperature. You want the heat. You want all of the thunder, the pain, everything else in order. For you to grow, you got to go through something, right? But on the flip side, when you have a little too much pressure, pressure can bust what? Somebody post that in the chat. Pressure can bust pipes. And on top of that, when we look at the rubies and the diamonds of the world and the gold, you can't get those things without pressure, without heat, without those things applied to it. So even I bring a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, right? There are people out there saying, man, Law, man, you be bringing a lot of heat, man, a lot of pressure. I wasn't even thinking about going live today, man, but I seen Law Nation and did about 2 or 3 of them, you know. I done seen Law Nation break down some film, some footages, man. I done seen Law to step up his graphic gang. I done seen Law, man, his beer gang is so neat, man. Let me go ahead and shave mine, you know what I'm saying? I got patches, you know. So it's all of those things that even pressure will bring out the best of you. It will absolutely. Yes, indeed. Pressure. Al Kareem Turner says pressure will also make diamonds, rubies, all of those things. Hey, diamond's one of the hardest substance on this plane, right? Can cut through just about anything that you can put out there. Allegedly, you know. But here's what we got to understand too. The 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network, they need the revenue. Pressure also, when you talk about Dak Prescott or when you talk about the Cowboys collectively, it creates ratings, revenue, right? Money, remuneration for the nation, right? But when you look up the dictionary, you will see also, according to Oxford Languages, continuous physical force. You know, and this is what pressure is. The use of persuasion, influence, intimidation for the nation to make someone do something, right? Too many pressure on girls to worry about their looks. There's too many. There's a lot of women out there, right? That's looking for the validation for someone, right? I'm not finna get canceled by here, but you know what I'm saying? Pressure will have a woman throwing her cell phone, you know, at her man because he done hugged Ice Spice.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Allegedly. You know, that's pressure. But let me get it again. Pressure will have you to take your phone, your cellular device, and chunk it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Allegedly, pressure will have you giving BBLs over there, man, trying to put plastic and all other foreign objects in your backside so that you can get somebody to turn their head and look and say, yeah, man, that one right there look good. Pressure will get you to put Zion on the side of your jaw, Pressure, that's what pressure is all about, right? That's what pressure is. The stress is real, real. A lot of people right now are buying into too much pressure. And that, my friend, is what Max Kellerman, I think he had a wonderful podcast. Shout out to the dog who sent me that information earlier this morning. And my guy, Keyshawn Johnson. They're going to talk about this. So let's get this thing going, man. God, no. Damn. Somebody said, yeah, man, I don't like the way Ice Spice rap, but I sure like the way she look, man. There's a lot of pressure. You're trying to look forward, and your lady right there. It's a lot of pressure, It's a lot of pressure. It'll have you thinking like, oh, my God, man. I don't know, man. I'm going to just keep looking forward. I got a lot of pressure, man. Yes, indeed. That's pressure, right? I appreciate y'all so much. All right, let's get this thing going the best way possible. Let me play my back music, though. Woo! Turn up the heat, Long. Turn it up. Yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Give me a few seconds while we set this thing all the way up. We're going to set it off the right way possible, baby. Yes, indeed. Let me know if I should ever stop applying pressure. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm never going to stop applying that pressure to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said right now, why don't Law just give up, man? No. Yes, indeed. As soon as I find this audio, I got a lot of pressure on me right now. Oh, I think I got it right here. Come on, baby.
Guy, it's got to function as a team. And remember, the Monstars can take the ability of anyone else who ever lived. So you also may want to play defense against them by taking guys they're going to need. All right. 888-SAY-ESPN. NFC East. That's what we're focusing on right now, Key. What's the state of the division in the NFC East? Does Dak Prescott face now in this upcoming season more pressure than any, let's put it like this, quarterback in the league? Is there another quarterback you can think of that is facing more pressure than Dak Prescott this upcoming season?
You mean the guy that I said was better than Joe Burrow according to everybody out there in the world?
No.
People are crazy.
People found a quote of yours, which I'm sure is true, where you said Dak is better than Joe Burrow. I'm also sure that is an old quote from a time when Dak was better than Joe Burrow. There was a time, Joe Burrow's rookie season, for example, or even early in his second year, where Dak was better.
I don't even remember. It's just funny that people would say that I said that. What if I said, well, some people might think he's better than Joe Burrow.
But Key, there are going to be players in the NBA this year that are better than Wembayama. Yes. There'll be guys who aren't even considered super duper all-stars that you say, and so someone might say, well, right now he's better than Wembayama. Yeah. And then 3 years later, someone's going to say, this guy said that Porzingis is better than Wembayama.
Unbelievable what they hear. It's like, come on, man, you got to listen. Dak Prescott is an interesting case because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys, and they paid him a bunch of money several years ago. Mm-hmm. And they haven't advanced to where the money is. What I mean by that is when you give a guy $150 million, you expect for him to at least get you to a Super Bowl.
Hold on, let's pause it right here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out, Rev. Shout out to Resident Evil. I got to play that over the ESPN clip there. Here's my thoughts. That's only germane to the Cowboys, though. If you had 12-5 for the New York Jets back-to-back, shoot. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin would be okay with that in Jets land. If you have 12-5 for the Cleveland Browns, shoot. Man, everybody would be having a parade up and through Ohio, right? Oh, my goodness, man. Now, we're seeing pieces of that with Cincinnati. Right? And I get it. I understand. Heavy is the crown. But there's no There's no lack of pressure for the Cowboys. Law, do you have any truths to this? 5-11, 5-11, 5-11 with Dave Campo. It was still Super Bowl or bust those seasons. It was still the expectations for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. Can you find someone that can out-debate me on that topic? I will wait. There's nobody. Every year, Super Bowl or bust because of the levels of expectations. The pressure will always be what it is. Shout out to you, Black Lion. Appreciate you, my brother. As far as LBs go, Damone Clark can be as good as my man Ken Norton Jr. was back in the days for us. We'll be fine with that. Yes, appreciate you. Appreciate you so much, man. Let's go.
The way people think. They don't really understand it's not all on him. Some of the coaching, some of the defensive players, some of the offensive players. So he gets the blame. They want him to carry the load. They want him to do everything. And they don't understand it does not work that way. So he would have a lot of pressure on him at the quarterback position, I think. Probably between him, Aaron Rodgers, and Josh Allen.
Let me go over some. Let me throw out some names, and you tell me what you think. I'm just going to go over teams. Josh Allen or Dak Prescott? Who's facing more pressure this season? My argument against Dak facing the most pressure, and I'm not sure, I'd have to think about where I list them, but they will blame Mike McCarthy first. Because everyone knows Dak's a good quarterback. If you have a good quarterback, you're trying to keep him.
Yeah, they're going to blame Mike McCarthy first.
So that means Mike McCarthy has another season to get it done. If he doesn't, he'll get the boot. They'll bring a new guy in.
Man, bull sugar. No, they blaming Dak now. Mike McCarthy. People think that Mike McCarthy got some type of cushion here in Dallas. They were thinking about getting rid of Mike McCarthy last season. Matter of fact, they was talking about getting rid of Mike McCarthy in 2021. There's a piece of the Cowboys organization and franchise that was saying that, hey, bring me back Jason Garrett in 2020. Because, look, hear me out. There's no long rope for Mike McCarthy. There's no long, hey, look back at what he did for the last 2 seasons. A piece of y'all saying that anybody. There's somebody that called in, I forgot his name. Was it Darius? He said there's an indictment out for Mike McCarthy for 2 seasons straight. Bring back not Jason Garrett, but another coach. So that is the reality of it, Cowboy Nation, unfortunately. Tammy C was like, hell no, nobody. No, please don't bring back Jason Garrett. Come on, man. Yes, indeed. Come on, y'all. T. Foster said, I can't remember that one now. Hold on to your horses now. But I'm saying this because I'm in it. I'm absolutely in it with this whole ideology that Mike McCarthy, from those who are on the outside or from those that some of y'all fans are saying that he's not a good coach, even though we did something that we didn't do in 30 years, winning a road playoff game. And that wasn't enough last season.
They bring the new guy in. That first year, well, Dak's getting ready, he's getting used to the new guy. That gives him another year. So as far as I see it, Dak has 2 years at least of runway. To me, I look at someone like,
a lot of the pressure, if you comparing the two, is going to be more pressure placed on Josh Allen
than Dak
this year. One, he just went through some little scuttlebutt going on up in Buffalo.
With his all-world receiver. He just is gracing the cover of EA Sports. He's at the top of the MVP conversation again for like the 5th year in a row, it feels like. Yeah, you look at the odds. You look at the cover of Madden.
And he's the guy who's supposed to originally take down Patrick Mahomes. So that's going to be more added pressure to him in Buffalo.
Joe Burrow took his spot. That was supposed to.
Man, hey, look. No offense to Josh Allen. No offense to Bill's quote-unquote mafia, you know. That's only a small segment, Bill's mafia. We got a nation over here. Cowboys nation. There are probably more Cowboy fans in Buffalo than Buffalo fans, right? And then there's a small little clique of mafia gang. There's more. Look, we are all over the globe. So his amount of pressure that he have over there in Buffalo land, hey man, on a scale to 100, from a scale of 0 to 100, his scale of pressure is at 30. Cowboys to the max. Ain't nobody covering Buffalo. It's too cold. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, even Tupac and Biggie climbing out of the grave judging the Dallas Cowboys. Come on, man. Joshua Allen don't have pressure. We got the owner with two episodes a week apiece. The father and the son. Stephen Jones got 2 episodes on the radio station. Jerry Wayne Jones got 2 episodes on the radio station. Bill's not doing all of that. Joshua Allen can lead the league in INTs, and they would never bring that up. Oh, excuse me, he was tied in the league for last year. Matter of fact, Joshua Allen, even though he was tied for the interception leadership role, him and Dak Prescott, he probably thanking Dak Prescott right about now. Thank God that Dak Prescott threw the same amount of INTs that I threw in less games, so they don't have to talk about it. They don't have to talk to me about it. Come on, baby. Ain't nobody sitting around in the trees in Bill's country talking about, let me catch a picture of these guys going back and forth, but they for dog sure doing it over here in Cowboys land. Come on, y'all.
To be Joe Burrow. And then even if you look at the NFC, Jalen Hurts took a spot. Now Josh Allen's got to get ahead of those guys. So, okay, so there's Josh Allen. What about Aaron Rodgers, who's, 40? Going to be 4, and with the Jets, who have a loaded team, a really good defense, and yet a stacked division.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of pressure, but it's right now where he's at a honeymoon phase, and it's all cool right now. It's just cool. It's not like a lot of pressure on him until the season really starts, and let's see how he comes out and starts to play. But there's not a lot of pressure on him.
Lamar Jackson.
Hold on. Let me touch this a little bit with the Jets. Come on, y'all. We know that New York, they're going to pump up, they're going to bloviate, they're going to talk all good stuff about their quarterback or whatever happened over there in Jets land. If they can get to 9 to 10 wins a season, shoot, they would have a parade down Fifth Avenue. Who was the last great quarterback for the Jets? Oh, Brett Favre was the last good one, right? And he wasn't homegrown. Who was the last homegrown great quarterback for the Jets? Don't give me Sam Darnold. Don't give me the guy, Mark Sanchez, even though for those, there are some Cowboy fans that would say Jets as an organization and franchise since 1996 is more successful than us. And I get all of that. But come on, man, they are media darlings over there, right? You got to go all the way back to when Roger Staubach was playing, when the last time they had a good quarterback. You know, somebody Flo says Chad Pennington, you know. Joe Namath was their only great quarterback. And trust and believe me, Broadway Joe is not applying the pressure for the Jets to do anything great. And Chad Pennington, man, he was very good though, huh? He couldn't throw. He was accurate. He was one of the most accurate quarterbacks you can see. But he didn't have no arm, right, to get there, you know. Come on, man. They love the New York Jets over there. Come on.
There's a lot of pressure on Lamar because he just got paid, and everybody, right or wrong, people felt a certain way about his approach to getting paid.
More than who has more, Dak or Lamar? More pressure on him to win this year.
I would say Dak.
Right.
Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott?
I would say Dak.
Put it like this. The difference between the two. What's the backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens? What was that guy's name? What was his name? Is it Huntley? What was his name? I forgot his name. I think is it Tyler Huntley? Can somebody help me out? Was it Tyler Huntley for the backup quarterback? Tyler Huntley, appreciate your flow. Appreciate your Al. If Tyler Huntley played for the Cowboys and took the team to the playoffs, there will be a line longer than Shaq's feet on how and why he should be the starting quarterback for the Cowboys, regardless of the situation and scenario. There will be controversy left and right. Hey, man, who's the starting quarterback? Who should be the starting quarterback? Don't get me wrong. Y'all was doing it even with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush 5-1, y'all. Hey, Law, Cooper Rush is better than Dak. Shoot. Give Cooper Rush, man. Shoot, Cooper Rush would have beat the Niners. You know, oh, yeah, man. We would have won the Super Bowl with Cooper Rush. Man, don't hate on Cooper Rush, Law. You hating on him, man. Shoot. They were comparing Cooper Rush, Cowboy fans. Hey, man, you give him a chance and opportunity. His numbers, man, he can be Joe Montana with a straight face without blinking. Pressure, baby. Oh, my goodness. The most thing that's loved in Cowboys land will always be the backup quarterback. That's just what it is. Let's listen to more what they had to say. Let me know if I'm lying. They even had segments, man. Hey, Dak Prescott could learn from Cooper Rush. Oh, yeah, he could really learn from him, right? Dak Prescott need to be more cerebral like Cooper Rush. And then, you know, the strangest thing is that when the NFL season was over with, and the free agency period hit, 32 teams passed up on Cooper Rush. He was a free agent. Not one person said, you know what, let me bring this brother in for a cup of coffee. 32 teams, including the Cowboys, said, you know what, hey, man, they didn't even offer him a free contract. Not one team.
All right. Deshaun Watson. Now he's shook the rust off. They gave him all the money in the world. Highest paid guy ever.
I still would say Dak.
All right. Okay.
Because Deshaun is still trying to make the transition. Although he was there half of the season last year, a little bit toward the end. This year still, I got to get, you know, it's almost like I'm coming off an ACL injury. I need 2 years. My mind is still kind of foggy from everything that I've been going through over the last couple of years.
So to be clear, you have Josh Allen with the as the quarterback.
Hold on, before he go into more details, just in case in point. A quarterback, I'm not even going to say the name of the quarterback, broke his thumb, missed a bunch of games, right? Missed a bunch of games, came back. His expectations were still higher than Deshaun Watson, who didn't break his thumb. The expectations for Deshaun Watson last season was still like, okay, cool. And all he did was massage. He just got a few massages, you know what I'm saying? And a few rub downs, you know what I'm saying? And asked for a happy ending. I can only imagine if a Cowboy player would have got a few rub downs and said, hey, you gonna do that? Me don't know what you saying. You gonna do that? You want? Yeah, I'm looking for the happy endings. Can you imagine if Dak Prescott said, "Hey man, let me give some few happy endings," you know?
Damn.
Come on, baby. Hey, you gonna do that what you supposed to do? What you mean I'm supposed to do? You gonna do what you supposed to do. I done put 5 racks down on this massage, girl. Come on.
With the most pressure and Dak right underneath him?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have him still a ton of pressure, but you don't think it's the most in the league. How big is the gap between Philly and the rest of the division? NFC East?
I don't know that it's a huge gap, because if you go back and you look at last year, the Dallas Cowboys actually split with the Eagles. Okay, and you can say
won 12 games.
Yeah, and you can say, well, Jalen Hurts didn't play it, whatever you want to call it. They split.
We will.
Washington, I don't know what that is with Eric Bieniemy over there,
and
I don't know what that's going to be. The Giants are interesting because can they get Saquon Barkley signed to get him into camp? I think they will. They need him. Do they take the next step with the receivers that they signed? Is the defense gonna still play and get better from last year? So I don't think Philly is head and shoulders above everybody else to the point where they're gonna run shop on the division the way they did last year. But I still think they come out of the division. I still think they come out of it. I just don't think that they just steamroll the division.
They play.
No doubt, I agree with Keys on that one. They split it last year. They split it, and I get it, right? The Cowboys, we wet the bed on the second playoff game, but technically, that first playoff game, from a stats aspect of it, numbers and overall, they played pretty good. And if I'm the Cowboys, you can look at that game, the last game that they played against the Eagles, and say, hey, although Jalen Hurts wasn't out there, granted, shout out to Jalen Hurts, he wasn't out there, but let me know on the defensive side of the coin, who sat? Who sat on that defense? Who was the number one player on that defense and said, you know what, I'm going to rest up. Let me know if Darius Slay didn't play that day. Because I'm quite sure 3rd and 30, I think I saw him out there. Y'all let me know if you seen Darius Slay out there on 3rd and 30, Let me know, because I could be off, I could be off. I thought Slay was out there, even though whoever had the responsibilities or what have you. But what I'm saying here is Bradbury was out there. Their front 7 was out there. And we hung 40 on them. 40 points is 40 points. Dak didn't play the first game against the Eagles. Did the Eagles hung 40 on us? Did Jalen Hurts put 40 points on us? I think Jalen Hurts' most points ever scored on the Cowboys, 26, 27-ish. I'm not saying that he can't put up 30 points. But to me personally, it doesn't matter who they get on offense. It doesn't matter. If they can't match us 35 to 40 points, Dak Prescott averaged 35 points on those boys since 2019. One can argue the same type of injury that Hurts had this past season, Dak had in 2019. He came back, he didn't practice all that week, and he went out there with a bomb shoulder in 2019. That's how we lost that game. Yes, 5 incompletions or 5 drop passes. Dak Prescott didn't get a chance to beat those boys in that game. And now I look back at it, we wouldn't have been able to draft CeeDee Lamb if we beat the Eagles. But that's a whole nother story. Shout out to the Eagles and their squad in 2019. I think they still had Carson Wentz. At that time, you couldn't find not one single Eagle fan. Look how the world works. You couldn't find one single Eagle fan that will admit that Dak Prescott is better than Carson Wentz. All of them was saying that Carson Wentz is better than Dak. They're recanting now. You can't find them now. They deleting their video. Let me hurry up, delete this video, what I said positive about Carson Wentz. They taking stuff down. They was all out there. Let me know where I'm lying, dog. Hey, the same type of, look, this is how fickle they are and phony they are. The same praises that they give in Jalen Hurts now was the same amount of praises and hopes and wishes and all of the good stuff that they gave to Carson Wentz. Let me know if I'm lying. And he's out there fighting and shooting defenseless bears now. Carson Wentz, shame on him. Shame on him, you know.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Flip Shelton says, Colin Cowherd is the only one left. Oh my goodness. Well, find those other Eagles, content creators and everybody else that's not moonwalking back like MJ. You know, come on.
With their backup, right? I mean, Cooper Rush, what did he start? 4 games? 5 games?
Yeah.
They won every one but one of those games. This is a loaded team, the Dallas Cowboys. And then the Giants, as you say, the NFL is crazy, man. It could even be a team like Washington that no one's even thinking of. The NFC East has not had a repeat champion of the division for 19 years. It's been 18 years. It's been number 19.
To me, that doesn't really mean.
Hey, my guy in the chat, he said, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, my gosh. He said that LaShawn McCoy might say it, or will say it. Hey, my guy Darian Posey says shooting defenseless bears. Y'all got that joke, right? But what I'm saying is, man, that bear didn't know that he was being hunted. Put it on an even playing field. Come on, Carson Wentz. You know? Piss the bear off and then try to hunt him, you know? That bear minding his own business. Can you imagine somebody hunting you and you eating your oodles and noodles? You drinking your drink, you know what I'm saying? You just chilling. Bammy. That Bammy good. That bear just chilling, you know? And then all of a sudden, Carson Wentz, I wonder if he got him on the first shot too, you know? Carson Wentz going up there to hunt the bear. Like the bear sitting here saying, come on, man. The bear just chilling. Cow! Ah! What's going on, Mother Nature? Why my back hurt? Ah! Damn shame what Carson Wentz did to that bear. They ain't gonna have the nerve to post it all over social media like it was an achievement. That bear didn't know he was being hunted. Come on, man. I'm Team Bears, man. That's the only time I root for the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Get a bear the gun, you know. Hit on the march, get set, go, you know. Come on, Carson. What you doing, man? For context, I got to bring this up for context. You know what I'm saying? He's grinning and skinning, you know, about that he shot a Look, that bear didn't know he was being hunted. Come on, man. That bear minding his own business, you know. God dog. Come on, Carson. But neither here nor there. Let's listen to more what they had to say.
Did he be?
Really?
It doesn't.
Doesn't it speak to the constantly shifting landscape of the division that teams are constantly adjusting to each other?
That's really football in general, other than Kansas City and the New England Patriots.
But 2 decades
Green Bay owned the division for a little bit under Aaron Rodgers, but Minnesota, when they was there with Chris Carter and company and Randy Moss,
you're going back a long way.
No, I'm just saying. They ran the division a little bit. The Bears came out of there. So
that's what I'm saying. No one's run the division in the end. Running the division 2-3 years in a row. No one has repeated as division champion in almost 2 decades. Philly would be the first to do it.
But that might just.
Well, hold on. Let me rewind a little bit. Let me rewind there just a little bit right here. They're talking about repeats in the division champs.
Repeated as division champion in almost 2 decades. Philly would be the first to do it.
But that might just be just by happenstance, man.
Well, it's true. It could happen.
Come on.
By the way, it really could. You flip a coin 10, 20 times, you might get some weird results sometimes. All right, Daryl in North Carolina. You're on KJM.
All right, so here it is right here that when we look at everything, we will say no one did it in pretty much 2 decades. I think it's been 19 years, almost two decades. I would say this from the ideology is it's harder to repeat in this division. Why? Because this particular division play each other rough, rugged, and it's one of those situations and scenarios that we get hit with, the Cowboys playing the NFC least when we are doing successful things, right? And I can even put a nod to the Eagles. They play in the NFC least, right? Or the Washington, the NFC least. The Giants, NFC least. But in the last, I would say in the last decade, it's been either the Cowboys or the Eagles, right? Competing for that division crown. Now, the Washington has snuck up in there and said, hey, man, look at us in 2020, right? But when you look at everything, the pressure is still ultimately on the Cowboys. Because when we win, they take that away and say, hey, we beat teams that were not really good, right? When we lose, we beat teams that we're supposed to win against. Unfortunately. That is the craziest way to look at it, but it equals ratings. It's not any given Sunday.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday, yeah.
It's not that for us. No, it's not any given. It's you better win. You better figure out a way. I don't care if you got Dave Campo as the head coach. I don't care if you fool around and got Wade Phillips as a developmental coach because he's been in the league for a long time, but let's give him a shot at being a head coach and really don't know how to lead and get everybody together. If we don't care about that, and then for you to do the inverse and say, okay, we don't care about Jason Garrett going through his growing pains. We definitely don't care. If you take Papa Rob Marinelli, who had a successful years in Tampa Bay, and pieces of the Chicagoland era, right? When they was doing some things, it doesn't matter. It's all about, can you win? Can you beat the opposition? They don't provide the context. No. Yes, indeed. They don't provide the context. Yeah. It's just what it is. Daniel says, dude, are you serious? It's hunting. Don't be a pussy about it. I'm going to tell you something. Anything can be a sport. Anything can be a sport. It's all about how you contextualize that point of being a sport. There are people that do crazy things for sports. But when we start talking about defenseless and we start talking about the way and the nature you handle said things, it becomes a little obscure, don't it? Just a little bit. But I'm not finna go too details into it. But one thing I do know for sure, two things for certain, that this particular industry called life It's all fun until the rabbit get the gun, right? That's just all I'm going to have to say from there. Because I don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth. Don't want to get canceled over here. Y'all know how it goes. But I ain't going to tell him how his mama like me, you know? Now, you captured that one. I got my sniper gang together. Appreciate y'all. But neither here nor there. I want to say this, Cowboy Nation. The reality of it, back to football, the reality of it, the pressure will always be on Cowboys. The pressure point will always be on the Cowboys. Let me say it again. The pressure point will always be on the Cowboys. There are 32 teams out there, but there's one team that drives the rating, and that is the Dallas Cowboys. And that is absolutely the truth. Let's go. Now, let me bring this up for context even more. We got my guy, Troy Aikman, 3-time Super Bowl, Hall of Famer, Gold Jacket Troy. He was on a particular network representing and sponsoring and supporting his own brand. And I love to see that. I love to know that these guys are not looking for excuses. They are always out here trying to get their business even better.
Acquisitions that they got. How do you feel about this roster and how it stacks up heading into
well,
this year?
I like the team. I've liked the team for many years. I think that
y'all hear audio?
In the personnel department, the entire organization really has done a fantastic job of accumulating some really talented players. And then the key for them now, after having won a lot of regular season games, is playing their best football when the games matter most. And that's unfortunately where they have struggled. And that, again, will be the key for them. And the division continues to get tough this year.
Yeah.
It looks much different going into this season than what it did a year ago. But you see 3 teams that are very capable of vying for the division crown. So just being able to compete and win within division is going to be really important this year for them as well.
You know, I know you've been a big advocate of Dak's, Mike McCarthy calling plays. Dak seems really excited about it when we've gotten to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
You know how this fan base can be because you've lived it as a quarterback. But why should this fan base be optimistic about Dak and that he can get this team past the hump in the playoffs?
Well, before he go into that, the audio may be a little lower here because it's not on the website. So bear with it. And this is the Troy Aikman talking about Dak gives the Cowboys the best chances to win. And we play this game to win. We don't play it to lose, of course. So when you listen into this, just fight through it. Fight through it. As loud as it go.
Well, that's a good question. I laugh a little bit because you say Dak's excited about going into this season. I'd be real concerned if he wasn't excited. If you're not excited at this time of year when you're getting ready to begin a year, then you have real concerns. But I know he had a great relationship with Kellen Moore. I think the offense did a lot of really great things, of course, over the last several years. But now Mike has taken over, and I admire what he was able to do when he was calling plays in Green Bay. I do think the offense will have a little bit of a different look. But, yes, I'm a big fan of Dak's. I think he has everything that you need to have to be a championship quarterback. And at the top of that list is just an unselfish approach to the game and only caring about winning.
Yeah.
And so I think as long as he continues to have that mindset, which he will, I think he gives his team the best chance to win.
That was the end of that one. I would say this, though, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Kelly is not making those type of press conference or those type of conversations about Buffalo Bills. No. You see how this pressure is built up? Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go to the next audio. This is Troy Aikman on CBS 11. He was also talking about promoting his brand, his beer, as well as the Cowboys' upcoming season. And all of this will be chopped up and put on Law Nation 2.0. I really appreciate you guys so much, and as well as on my Facebook page and Instagram. So I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. All right, so when Troy goes into details, this is about Dak Prescott's statement of winning the Super Bowl. Granted, pressure is a privilege, right? And we already talked about what pressure brings to the table. On the other side of the note here, Cowboys, hear me out. Hear me out. It's about to get real. Come on, let Troy speak. And I like Troy because he's always objective with his analysis and his approach, and we love hearing this. But once again, you're not hearing Joe Namath or any. Is Joe Namath still alive? Let me know. You're not hearing the Jets greats and legends talking. You're not hearing the Cincinnati Boomer Esiason talking, right? You're not hearing. Who's the Eagles greats? Maybe Cunningham, Ron Jaworski. You're not hearing Ron Jaworski talking about, hey, the Eagles or what have you. So y'all get with what I'm saying now, right? You're not hearing Otto Graham coming out of the grave talking about, hey, man, this is what the Browns should do, so that's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. We will have. Joe Namath just turned 80. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. Joe alive and kicking it. Appreciate him, man. May he live beyond 100. Yeah, Ron Jaworski,
Dak made a bold proclamation this week.
Yeah.
What is the take-home that you want all of these people to walk out of that door, tell their family, tell their friends, tell their neighbors, tell whomever? Had a chance to see Dak Prescott today.
Simple. We are going to win the Super Bowl.
I don't know why everyone doesn't do that. I mean, what do you have to lose? I mean, I saw that actually.
If you had newspapers today, I think it would be in 3-inch headlines. We will win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
No doubt. My guy Rebel Reb says, Rebel says, Donovan McNabb and Michael Vick. No offense to both of those brothers. Shout out to them for what they were able to do in the National Football League. And I'm still claiming Vick as an Atlanta Falcon, not as an Eagle. But, if you want to claim him as an Atlanta as an Eagle, go ahead and do that. But where are they compared to Troy? Where's McNabb compared to Troy? I just need to know. I want to know whose voice rings louder, Oh my gosh, man! I ain't trying to shank my guy Vick and McNabb with the butter knife, but I am. Where do they compare to with Troy? It's like, come on, like that's their legends. Is that your king? The only quarterback to win the Eagles a Super Bowl, I think they got rid of him the next year. Perry Locke says no comparison. Yeah. I don't see or hear Nicholas Foles out there saying, Jalen Hurts, yeah. McNabb doesn't compare to Troy, Hey, let's go. Look at my guy.
Well, I hope it happens. I hope it happens for him and for those players and coaches and the organization. And there's a lot of time that's invested in trying to win a championship. And the thing that I've always admired about Dak is that he understands that that's the only thing that matters. And so for him, I'd like to see it happen for him.
How different will this offense look with Mike McCarthy calling the plays?
I think it'll be different. I do. I think there will be I don't want to say noticeable difference, but I think that most fans will be able to watch this offense and feel that it's different. I like what Mike was able to do in Green Bay. I like what Kellen's done here for the last several years. It's been a good offense. I don't think in any way Mike's decision to take over playing calling should necessarily reflect poorly on the job that Kellen Moore did. I think the Chargers are fortunate to have him. But I was surprised when Mike got the job that he did not take over play calling, because I know in Green Bay when we covered him, he gave up play calling briefly, and he took it back and said he would never give it up again. But he did when he took the job here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's able to do.
How much will you talk McCarthy versus Moore?
I'm sure it'll come up. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up, especially by the time we get to week 6. We're gonna, it's one thing when you're doing it week 1, But when you're doing it week 6, I mean, you have some real comparisons to make. So, you know this television business. You're always looking for a storyline, and that certainly will be at the top of the list.
What they did in the draft and some of the veteran acquisitions that they got, how do you feel about this roster?
All right, so that was the great Troy Aikman. And like I said, he is a legend in his own way, and especially a legend for what he did for the Cowboys in a whole nother way on the field, but he's a legend off the field as well. Troy Aikman, when you listen to his game, you listen to his film breakdowns and his assessment broadcasting live, it is a pleasure, in my opinion, because I know for sure when he's angry and when he's upset, he's going to give you the real. He's not going to give you no false and phony and fake stuff. So I do like that aspect out of Troy's analysis points, and I do hear what he's saying far as, hey, we're going to miss some fashions of Kellen Moore. But the problem is sometimes you can have some skill sets and you don't know how to put them together. You can have some thought tracks and you don't know how to put them together. And that is, my friend, the real situation when I think of my guy, Kellen Moore. Now that he's gone, the whole battle between Mike McCarthy versus Kellen Moore, it will be presented on the table. It'll be presented on the table. And I can't wait to see and hear what's going to happen throughout the years of this upcoming battle between the Cowboys. Did they make the right decision or did the Cowboys make the wrong decision? In my opinion, the Cowboys made the best decision, and that's just the reality of it. All right, so for those who are out there that want to call in,
call my phone,
hit that line. Hit that line for your mind. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Call on in. You know, it's funny. We talked about Mike Vick, right? And what he did for sport. So, in my ideology, are there selective outrages with that? You know, for the guy who said, stop being a poo nanny, right? But I just want to know. So it's okay to go hunt bears, but it's not okay to go hunt dogs, right? Let me know. Can y'all break that down? It's like a moral compass of, hey, I can go out and kill a bear, but I can't go kill dogs. I can't put dogs versus dogs, right? Is there a different heaven for bears versus dogs? I thought that dog lives matter too, or bears' lives matter too. What is it? Come on, Cowboy Nation. You see how that thin line is? It's a thin line between selective outraging. And hey, remove option route, addition by subtraction. This is from my Glenn Capers guy. Appreciate you so much. Come on, let's get it. Shout out to the dogs. They get more protection than the bears. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on. The animal kingdom matter, baby. Shout out to you, Big Flock. Appreciate you.
There are 3 participants in the conference.
Yeah, baby.
Participants are muted.
We got the first man that's on the hotline for your mind from the 260 JT. You're alive, baby.
Hey, what's good with Law Nation?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man.
So I got a question, man. I don't know if I probably asked this before, but why does the media always have to run with just flawed, half-baked narratives?
Ratings, man. That's how they get those lights on, man. Right now, the ESPN, we kicking their butt, man. Underground community, the new media, man. They're like, man, how can we improve viewership, right? How can we get that going? Engagement, how can we get that going?
Right. I mean, but the thing is, they just say stuff that's just have false. Like the thing that I don't understand, honestly, though, is like, if they said stuff that was false and it was just a one-time thing, like I would understand it. But like a lot of the hate narratives that the Dallas Cowboys get, it's literally said like 100 times. They just say it and like they're basically, and I don't know if this is gonna sound funny, but imagine like if a Twitter troll actually had a face to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Things will look differently. You know, it will.
Right. So like the other thing I understand, and like we have to, as a media collective, like be objective and actually say what's going on, because I'll give you a perfect example. Like, we've heard for the last, I don't know, like 10 months or so that you know, let's say a guy like Dak Prescott, for example, right? Like,
go give it. Yep.
We'll just highlight the absolute crap out of Dak's like turnovers, right? But when you really put it into context and actually look at how many turnovers he had, like, it's not that, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as bad as what you would think when you compare it to other quarterbacks like Josh Allen, for example. Because I don't think maybe the media knows this, but it was actually Josh Allen who led the league in total turnovers. Like,
in total turnovers, yeah, he did. I don't know what was going on with Josh Allen's performance last year. It seems as if, though, he let teams stay in the game, especially if you go back for those who watched the Minnesota Vikings game. He allowed that team to stay in the game, and he threw pivotal INTs. And granted, Josh Allen, from the aspect of not being overanalyzed, and you only look at the highlights of Josh, he got a strong arm. Hey, man, he got a strong arm. He can put that ball anywhere on the field, and he give you running capabilities too. So that dynamic is explosive. He's very fun to watch.
All right. So I'll give you another example, and this isn't being said anymore. But remember 2 years ago when people basically were saying that not Stephon, the other guy, Trayvon Diggs was trash, basically. Like, that narrative got pushed to death. Like, there were literally, it was like every other day, people were saying, like, Trayvon Diggs gave up this amount of yards. I'm like, I mean, that's not, I'll put it like this. It's not great, but it's not, like, god-awful. Like, people gotta understand that, like, when you're a cornerback that plays the way the Diggs plays, like, that's just a part of the game, man. Like, you're gonna give up a decent amount of yards. Like, I'll give you an example, I think it was like 6 years ago, if I recall, where Jalen Ramsey, who at that time obviously was still one of the best corners in the league, but he gave up like 900 yards. Like, he did. But he also, I think, like 6 interceptions. Like, that's just, when you play an aggressive style, you're going to give up yards, but you're also probably going to have interceptions. Like, it's a give or take thing. Like, we can't act like corners who give up yards are trash. Like, that was the narrative people were putting. People were just saying, like, you know, Diggs is not this, Diggs is not that, and I'm like, nah, he's a great player. That's just what his game is. Like, he's gonna give up some yards. Like, it's not. It'd be one thing if he was giving up all those yards and not getting interceptions, then that'd be different. But if he gives you 11 interceptions, like, he gives you 11 interceptions. You know what I mean, Will? Yeah.
And to say that, like Anthony Brown, the year in 2021. Gave up just almost the same amount of yardage that my guy Trayvon Diggs gave up. But Trayvon Diggs also had the INTs. And what happened is that teams looked at that tape from 2021 and said, okay, we are going to attempt to throw the ball less Trayvon Diggs' way. And granted, you know, they tempted to throw the ball on the opposite side and benefited from that. So hopefully the Cowboys looked at that same tape and said, you know what, we got somebody that can stop all of that, and that will be Stephon Gilmore. So, yeah, we should see better play from the defense. And even if they do decide to throw the ball Trayvon Diggs' way, it's going to be picked off because he can now sit back and say, all right, I can see the flow of the game. I can see the pressure up front. They're getting off of Stephon Gilmore now, going directly to me, and then you will see more of impact in this game. It's going to be nice for us to see.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, what's your opinion on? And I've probably already said this. It's kind of tying into my first point.
Talk to me.
What's your opinion on this? Like, and it is constant. Like, LaShawn McCoy and Dan Orlovsky just. Every other day, it feels like they got to take a shot at that.
Right.
Like, why? Like, what's the point? Like, first of all, it's the off season for one. Like, teams aren't playing yet. And number two, like what is? And again, I may sound like I'm like over defending him, but I'm just trying to figure out like why is it that like it feels like it's just him that like just gets this like random, and I'm talking about like random like drive-by hate where the topic won't even be about the Cowboys and Dak, and LaShawn or Dan will just toss him in there. I'm like, why though? Like why you gotta hate him?
Man, viewership and ratings, man. Revenue. It equals revenue. The more you talk about Cowboys, every day, I jump on and I my first Google search will be Cowboys news, and you will see those topics. And of course, if I'm just one person, I know that there are millions of other people that's just trying to figure out where their team is going to be at. And now it became it's a way of the 4-letter, 3-letter network to stay relevant by talking Cowboys, because they know that at the end of the day, there's somebody in Australia, somebody in Georgia, somebody in Hawaii, somebody in Canada is going to be looking for that. And why not talk about Cowboys, good or bad?
I mean, I can't even say it's a flawed strategy just because, like, people still tune in. But it's just...
It's hating season, man.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, Jay.
Salute to you, Laura.
No doubt, man. The JT, man, my guy from the 260. Us trying to find out, why McCoy hates the Cowboys. There's a vacancy, There's somebody that's going to be sitting on the opposite side of Skip Bayless. And say whatever you want to say about Skip Bayless. The brother made $40 million, man, and that just to be a subjective, because he's not objective, a subjective person, on a show that's all about ratings. And we've seen what Shannon Sharp, he's about to walk into this contract. I think his new contract is going to be upwards around $120 to $130 million. His new contract, I don't think they released it yet. Could be breaking news right now. But that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. And a piece of it will be, how can you hate on the Cowboys? And can you find someone else to disagree with your hate, right? So that's just how it goes. And there's people right now that say, shoot, I like the Cowboys, but you gonna pay me $120 million, man. I'm gonna start saying some hate stuff, Give me some people will go for that bag, right or wrong. We ain't promised to live forever. Damn. But it won't be me. It won't be me. I just will not. I refuse to go on national TV to not tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Just a lie to kick it. Isn't Shannon going to FanDuel? I think so. And put it like this: not everybody broke. Some people think that people live in paycheck. Look, there's some billionaires that will pay $250,000 to go into a submarine or submersible, to go underwater, to see something from a window no bigger than this monitor I'm looking at. So not everybody broke, man. There's some people with some cash, man, some money, some stuff that make you think twice about some things, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all know how this thing goes. Money answereth all things. That was tax invasion. Yeah, true. Yeah, true that. And think about this. Uncle Sam, he gonna want the money. 33 1/3%, Ain't that right? I got my guy from the 815, Brandon. You live.
Man, he wanted all brand new socks and drawers. You better give it to him too.
No doubt, man. What you got for the show, man?
Look, I want to say this first, Law. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Yeah, you sounded pretty good.
Okay, so, can we please educate Cowboys fans? Because I think sometimes Cowboy fans are only Cowboy fans on Sundays. Look, you cannot, because this is what the media does. When we win games, every media station, every Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of them going to be talking about the Cowboys. When we doing bad, they don't talk about the Cowboys. Stop whining about coverage. This stuff bothers me so much because nobody gonna say nothing when Dak Prescott throws 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, and they talking about Dak as the next Hall of Famer. Please stop all this whining. It get on my nerves. Next subject.
All right, before you go into that, we seen a game, I kid you not, Dak Prescott threw 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 300 yards, and guess what they talked about?
What Law's doing is kind of filibustering. You can't do it, Law.
Hey, against those Eagles, they say, yeah, he did. He threw for all those good touchdowns, but he look, that's something to think about. He threw a pick 6 on the opening. I said, God dang! I said, what the man supposed to do, man? You know, hey, I'm gonna have to play that Tyreek, man. What am I supposed to do?
What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Oh, you But look,
all right, man.
Look,
go ahead.
He did throw that interception. Now that was a bad.
Yeah, it was. I got mad. If y'all go watch my play-by-play, I got mad. I said, "Damn, Dak, you gave me no real estate to even defend you on that one." You know, it was a terrible throw.
Yeah. But he bounced back. It was Sweat got him one, but he bounced back.
He got him. Yeah.
So hey, and look, I'm giving Dak some credit. The blame. So all I've been hearing this whole offseason, because training camp is about to start. All I've been hearing, Kellen, and while I'm on Kellen Moore, you guys, nobody hates Kellen Moore more than Cowboy fans when Kellen Moore was a Cowboy. So now that I said that, we better have a great offense. So that leaves. I don't want to hear nothing because we can't sit up here and say Kellen Moore was the problem, and then we be ass backwards, this coming up season. So I just want to point that out. Again, we have the best. To me, we are in the top 1% as far as talent. We have talent out the wazoo. I don't want to hear so talent won't be an issue. Coaching shouldn't be an issue. Offensive line is, I think we're pretty good at O-line. I think our running backs are pretty good. To me, that and our linebacker core, maybe some of our deficiencies. I don't think that's it won't be no excuses. All I'm saying is I don't want to hear no excuses, Law. I'm
right. I feel you. I feel you with that. And that's why I brought up the fact that with who will get blamed first, Dak Prescott or Mike McCarthy on that statement. And I said, well, if a dog shouldn't be Mike McCarthy. I bet not hear. We better not hear. Oh man, now it's Mike McCarthy. I refuse. I love my team. I love the quarterback, but I refuse to sit back and everybody now saying, okay, now it's not Kellen Moore, now it's Mike McCarthy. I refuse. As Cowboy fan, I refuse. Because at this point, we need to win. That's just all I'm gonna say from there.
Law, I couldn't have said it no better. Yep. I don't want to be the dead horse, but come on, guys. We can't keep firing coaches, keep changing players. Keep firing coaches, keep changing players. At some point, you have to be real about what the situation is. I also want to say this. My gosh, we can in no way let Trevon Diggs get out the door. Law, to me, Law, that would be a terrible sign if we just say, oh, well, just let Trevon Diggs walk. That, my gosh, it has to be the stupidest plan ever.
Yeah, it got to be crazy.
Should be signing Micah. Trevon Diggs should be top priority over anybody. I don't care what their name is, what their position is. Law, I'm going to say it one more time. How about those Cowboys? How about Law Nation? How about my Cowboys? Dak Prescott, I'm not letting you off the hook, bro. Sorry.
Hey, keep applying the pressure, man. I got that jersey waiting for you, man.
Yes, sir.
I got that Dak jersey waiting for you, man. Appreciate you, man. But you guys get what I'm saying, and I don't want you guys to be mad at me for this is just my opinion of it. Just my opinion of it. And I'm not saying I'm expecting my expectations for Dak Prescott this season to be great. My expectations for Dak Prescott this season to not be a turnover king, and he wasn't last year by himself, right? My expectations is, put it like this. When you put in the work, you want the results. If you brush your teeth, floss, brush your tongue, and you eating the right proper foods, you shouldn't have halitosis. You shouldn't have cavities everywhere, right? So when you skip a process, that's when danger is there, right? So I'm just trying to make it in the smallest terms possible so that you guys can get with what I'm saying. I've seen Dak Prescott put in the work, put in the time, right? So I want the results. I don't want to see cavities everywhere. I don't want to smell hot, bad breath, you know? So if you put in the work, I just want the results, right? I just want the results. And as a fan, this is not analytical talking. This is me talking from a fan perspective. We're going to want that. We're going to want the results. We got every right to be upset and angry. We got every right to be mad about certain things. But what we can't do is to see an improvement, right? We do another checkup. We see that, hey, all of a sudden, you know, the breath is gone, the bad breath is gone, you know, the tartar is gone from the teeth, right? And we still complaining. No, continue to do the things that worked. All right. Our teeth should be white as snow. Yes, Rev. Yeah, it should be white. We doing the right things right now. We're not eating candy and not brushing our teeth. And there's nothing wrong with candy. All right, Aaron, you're live from the 562.
What's going on, Laura? How you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm doing well, bro. I can't complain. Talk to me, man.
I was going to say, man. Oh, one about that first caller, man. I don't care if they talk bad or good about the Cowboys, man. We always in somebody's mouth.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Because, hey, we're always going to stay relevant. Because we can say 32 other teams in the league, and we're always number one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know people, them other teams, they feel bad. Like, damn, we don't get no airtime. We won yesterday, too. But it's always the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. But as far as the team, I'm excited, man. I think the Cowboys going to win more games than 12 games this year.
Yep.
I'm excited to see how Dak performs in this new offense. Yeah, I'm with Brandon. I'm not letting him off the hook this season. You know, he made that comment. I love the confidence. Now let's put foot to the pavement.
Yep. Hey, if he's bold enough to make it, then he's going to be bold enough to stand in it, you know?
You got to stand in it.
Yep. And that's just what it is. You know, have you ever watched your kids play? If you got kids, you ever watch them play? And I seen my daughter grab back and hit the other one. You know, I'm just sitting there letting them police themselves. I ain't finna be just stepping in every 5 seconds, right? But then it ain't gonna always be there. But then the little one, she read back, boy. I'm talking back way back to Hades, bro. And said, yeah, slapped her. I said, God, no, that's one of my slaps right there. You slapped her, and she said, Daddy, she hit me. I said, who hit he? Who? Why? I said, I asked her this right here. Why did you hit her first? And she paused, and she had nothing else to say. So if you're gonna say something, if you're gonna do something, be about the consequences and repercussions. He's putting more pressure on him, meaning that he's willing to embrace it, right? And we as fans gonna have to stand and protect what we believe in, right? So at the end of the day, you asked for it, now you're gonna have to defend it. You saying that we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year? Well, if it's 2nd and 2. And you going empty, you better go get that. You better go get that first down. You know, you better go make that play, because what you said, thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established, right? So you better go out there and establish those things. You better go out there and work hard for your thing. Work hard for the thing that you want. Man, boy, I can go Aaron, you know, I go all day, man. Look.
I know. Hey, I was gonna let you go, nigga.
Look, Aaron. I gotta say this one more thing. I was watching like Floyd Mayweather practicing boxing, sparring, and I see his grandson watching every move he make, counting, replicating it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do what his grandfather is doing, right? And I said, right there, it's a prime example on how leadership is made. You see what I'm saying? On how things can grow into something, because you never know who's watching you, right? And that little fella, man, he got to be no more than 2 or 3 years old. He already doing the defensive mechanism and everything. I said he gonna be hell to catch up with, right?
Man, shadow boxing already.
Shadow boxing already.
Man, I got a question. Who's gonna start that weak side linebacker start? Who do you want to start this one?
Damn, dog, you threw a one at me right there.
Like, there's nobody really talking about the weak side.
Weak side response. So that is, they got to cover, right? They got to.
Yeah, they got to cover most on the flats,
motion flats,
and maybe the running back and the tight end. They come out that way.
Dang. Now I ain't gonna say Overshown because he still got to earn it. It's going. In Damone Clark last season, man, he registered going 21, 22 miles per hour, right?
Right. I would keep him at the strong side, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I like him on the strong side. And we play so much nickel anyhow, so hey, you're going to give it up anyway to put that extra safety down inside on their weak side. But I would say, as far as base, this is just me. Don't shank me with the butter knife.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of ways, and I like LVE, but I'm thinking of ways to get him off the field. I want more speed. I want Clark to be our Mike linebacker, and I think that he can develop into that role and become that role if given a chance and an opportunity. I think his vision is there. I think his mindset will be there. I'm seeing Mike for the future of him, and of course, on the opposite side, I think Jabril Cox could be a weak side linebacker in this league, man. I think that he can be the hooks to flat guy, the guy that can chase and hunt down the running back or what have you, as far as his speed. And the other linebacker.
So you got Clark, Overshown, Jabril Cox. Who's that other one?
Harper, don't leave him out.
Oh yeah.
He a 4-4 guy, real talk. And he a thumper too. He'll make you. Which one of y'all hit me? Type of dude. Oh my gosh, man! Look.
All right.
Go ahead.
To like this. All right. So if you say you want LVE off the field, so who would have been a better mentor for Damone Clark, LVE, or if we still had Jalen Smith?
Of course, Jalen, but life happened to him. The injury. He started to think he started to overcompensate, and then you saw the peg leg out there. But in actuality, the starting lineup will be, of course, LVE. No shade, no hate at LVE, y'all, but it's going to be LVE. It's going to be Clark, and it should be Cox. Those are going to be your three linebackers. LCC, I'm gonna be yelling LCC all in camp, and then rotationally, of course, you're gonna see not Sam, but Parsons getting back to that linebacker role on certain down and out distances.
Yeah, off the ball. So,
off the ball stuff. Yeah.
Now I know Jaylon Curtis is with us for like another year.
Yep, contract.
Should we start looking for his replacement? Yeah, should we start looking for his replacement?
His name is Overshown. His name is Overshown.
You got Overshown?
I think that Overshown got he got multiples. He can literally play. He can cover. He can play off the edge. When you start thinking about this too, my guy Izzy, he's 6'4". He got up. He was 205 when we drafted him. He is about 220 now. You know what I'm saying? And 6'4". And one of the things that when you look at guys that gain weight, you looking to see whether or not they're going to lose any foot speed. This brother look like he got faster. You saw him play down inside the slot in that Bucks game, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm big defensive guy. I can't wait to see in Oxnard training camp where they're going to line these guys up at and who's flashing. Although it's not going to be them blitzing and hitting the quarterback, but it's just my imagination on packages on what I can see. But that's just my thoughts on that, bro.
Okay. I appreciate you. I'm going to let you go, man. I just wanted to chop it up with you a little bit.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, indeed.
No doubt, man. Leighton Vander Esch is I'm not talking bad on Leighton Vander Esch, by the way. I think that, and here's why I'm going to go back to say this about Leighton Vander Esch. When the front four did their job, we seen a better play out of Leighton, right? So my only hopes will be, hey, if Mozzie, if Osa, if Gallimore, I meant to say, and of course Hankins, and if those boys can solidify the interior, we may see that 55 flashing everywhere, right? And if he can stay healthy, that can be a good situation for us. Keep in mind, they got that brother for a 2-year contract, right? So it's Kurtz that got a 1-year contract left, right? Or on his last year of his deal that's in a contract year. So it'll be him that we will sit back and see, can we get better at that spot if he somehow leaves, right? So that's just how I'm looking at it. But linebackers, hear me out. I don't like rotating the mic in and out of the formations. I don't like rotating even my soundbacker in and out of the rotations. Linebackers get a vibe, a feel of the game. Sometimes they see something in the first quarter or the second quarter that teams like to go back to. And if you pull him off the field, he can't get into rhythm and flow of the game. And think of this. It's like linebackers, you pulling the mic in and out of the game. It's like literally you pulling your quarterback in and out of the game. I need for my mic linebacker, the person that's going to be in the middle of the field, that's seeing how this offensive flow is going, I need for him to get on page. I need for him to get a good vibe, a good temperature of the team or tempo of the team. I don't want him to come in and out of the game. I don't want that. You can do that for edge rushers. You can do that for interior guys. Maybe you can do that for even defensive backs that's in the back end of the field. But don't do it for the linebackers. Just don't do it. I know that linebackers are dying in the NFL and things like that, but they are the brain of the operation. They are the nucleus. Right? You guys get what I'm saying? At the right, Cleve Bo from 240. What do you know?
What up, Lord? How you doing, bro?
Not much to it, fam. Talk to me, man. Holler at me.
Man, real quick, I heard you talking about them bears and them dogs earlier, man, about, their lives, you know what I mean? But quiet as kept. I ain't trying to be controversial, but them dogs' lives matter more than some of our brothers and sisters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, boy. Boy, you get me in there, man, I'll be all day, man. You know what I'm saying?
But let's get on the media, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you listen to a lot of pop, man. So let me enlighten you a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Recollected thoughts don't get caught up in the mix because the media is full of dirty tricks. Only God could judge me, bro. And that's all this is with this media, man. This media, man. Whether they like who they like, they hate who they don't like, you know what I mean? But either way, when it comes to Cowboys, they gonna talk about them because it draws money, man.
Yo, revenue.
Revenue, bro. I remember last year, preseason, everybody making their preseason picks, who's going to the Super Bowl. I didn't remember not one person saying the Cowboys was going to make the Super Bowl.
Not one.
The team that everybody said was going to make it, Buffalo. Everybody was saying Buffalo. So if that's the case, why is it the team that no one expected to make the Super Bowl lost in the divisional round?
Mm-hmm.
It's getting way more criticism than the team that they expected to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they lost in the divisional round at home. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just that media's bias stuff. And then, another thing, Cowboys can't never win a big game, But I realize over the years, it's only a big game when we lose,
Right. Ooh. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a big game when we win it, but, when we lose, then they can't win. When we beat Tom, going into that playoff game against the Bucks, everybody was picking us to lose. But then when we win, the Bucs wasn't that good. The Bucs wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? But if we would have lost, Cowboys can't win no big games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And out of handy, man. I only listen to them dudes, man. How long you been doing this, Log?
It's going on now 7 years now. Yeah, 7 years now. Yeah.
I got a secret beef with you, man. You know, I only heard about you probably about 8 months ago, 9 months. I've been following you, man. So I'm kind of mad at you, man. You had me listening to these people for over 5 years, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I done got better over the years, man. So you tuning in now, man. You're on the good end, man. Like some of those grassroots people, man. I was terrible, man. But every year, you know, I got better, you know. So and I plan to get better, man.
Nah, you doing your thing. I'm just saying, man. If I would have known about you back then, I would have been stopped listening to the media guys.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man. But I just wanted to touch it with that, man. Love what you do, man. Like always, bro, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I gotta get to work, man. But recollect your thoughts. Don't get caught up in the mix, because the media is full of dirty tricks.
Man, they are, man. Appreciate you so much, man. That's dope, man. With the line from my guy, man, Tupac. Man, appreciate you, fam. Clebo from DC, y'all. That's my guy, man. And I get it, right? We all get it, and we understand it, right? And this is me not, and this is the craziest thing, because I'm pro-gun over here, man. You know, I have every right to bear my arms over here. You know what I'm saying? You may break in, but hey, how you gonna get out? There's a show on Hulu where a guy broke into this multi-million-dollar mansion, right? And he couldn't get out. He couldn't get out. And he just lost his mind trying to get out of there. But I'm saying that everybody should have a right to protect themselves. But at the end of the day, the way that I'm never going to be the guy that walk around here something that's so political as Black Lives Matter, when we have our own issues and social problems that's within the same community, right? I saw a video the other day of a man and a woman arguing, right? And this dude literally revved all the way back to Hades himself, right? And punched that lady in the face, right? And fought him. And I was so angry and I was so mad about the people that was in line watching a grown man talk to a older woman, a grown woman. And no one stepped up and said, hey, man, hold on, man. What's going on? Hey, y'all chill, man. But we will sit there and watch that happen, right? And I believe the craziest part of that storyline was the lady told her son, go get in the car. And whoever, I'm just paraphrasing the storyline, I could be 1,000,000% off, allegedly, she said, go grab a gun, go get the gun. And ultimately, the son shot that guy, right? And he's dead. And now they're arresting the mama and the son. I said, bull sugar, oh no. Because the difference is my mom wouldn't have to tell me to go in the car. I would have automatically went in the car. Matter of fact, I probably would in the car last, because if I've seen someone balling up their fist and punching the lady in the face, I'm intervening, right? I'm stepping there. But I hope that lady get off or what have you, because I don't see it that way. I wasn't there, right? I wasn't there, but the son, in my opinion, did what I think about 98% of the people that's in the chat would do right now. It wouldn't be no question asked, you know what I'm saying? And if y'all have to spend the rest of your life behind bars for protecting what's yours, I'm quite sure that you guys would say, hey, that's the justification of it, right? Yeah, you sound lagging. Yeah, they just don't want me to talk about these good things. Y'all can hear me now better? Can y'all hear me better now? But that's just me saying what I need to say. You know, appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Let's continue to talk about the Cowboys right about now. But y'all give it what I'm saying. I don't know if y'all would have did something differently. I got my guy from the 860. You're live, the VIP hotline for your mind. You're live, baby.
Lord VIP, baby. Lord, respectfully, Let me touch that real quick, Law.
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is a free show, man. Free show. Talk your stuff, man.
I was just talking about this incident. Me and my son was watching this, and I said to myself, Lord, where did this young man go wrong? First of all, my biggest pet peeve, 90% of my fights, was watching a man put his hands on a woman and I'm jumping in. I'm going to work out on him. Yeah. And I'm going to show him this is what men should do. As kings, our two jobs is protect and provide for our queens. We had at least, I counted 5 men in that video.
Right.
All of them were going live, Law. None of them intervened.
All of them did this number right here. They pulled the phone out. Yeah, man, let me get this right here. Let me get in on this.
Let me get a world star view instead of you stepping in the middle. I don't care if you know that queen or not. And for the dude that put his hands on her, he got what he deserved. Like I'm not wishing death on anybody, but bro, you put your hands on my moms.
Woo!
You are you kidding me, Law? And I'm there to witness it.
Yeah,
man, Law. I know, like after this goes to trial and all that, this little boy, he could walk away. Shoot, the dudes that shot Pop Smoke were 15. They about to get out of jail now. So they about to get out of jail.
Man, it's crazy.
All right, Law, let me get into my Cowboys. I'm not trying to get my boy Law canceled.
Yeah. Because we talking too much over here, man. Hey, wait a minute. What's going on, man? I'm just talking some stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
we don't went from Law Sports to Law Nation.
Yeah.
But let me say this. Because we done had the other brother quote my brother, Tupac Amor Shakur. And let me say this. Pac said something in changes that resonates in my mind. We got money for war, but we can't feed the poor. Did you ever think about that, Law?
Yeah. Oof.
We got all kind of money for war. And I'm talking about the war that comes at my Cowboys. All these 4 networks, 3 networks, they got all kind of ammunition when it comes to coming at my Cowboys. Because guess what, Law? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Yeah.
Big D in their mouth increases their revenue, Law. You know the Eagles, they love Big D in their mouth. They like it raw, I heard, Law.
Yeah, we got him. Yeah, indeed, bro, man. It's always good talking to you, man. Love,
Law. Mm-hmm. I love you. I'm gonna leave with this, Law. I sent you an email of my single father testimony. I want you to look at it. If you would tell me what you think. And I'm gonna go out on this. I'm leaving Brandon alone because Brandon is, I don't know if he fell on his head lately.
Yeah.
But Brandon is leaving my quarterback alone.
He is, you know.
What for the last 3 calls, he's been on pause with my quarterback, so I'm giving Brandon an air hug right now. Little Brandon, little B, you my homie now, bro. I know you like the outside cousin, but you my homie, bro. We all are in this for one thing. We want our Cowboys to win this 6th ring. So let's stop the infighting. Let's let's cut this infighting out and get behind one narrative. Our narrative, our quarterback is number 4. We have to support him regardless. I looked up his track record, Law. This was his only double-digit interceptions, Law. His only year he had double digits. So why are we acting like he does this consistently? His first year, that rookie year, he threw 4. I think it was like 4 6 interceptions. So why are we acting like this is a pattern? But when it comes to the quarterback in Buffalo, this has been a pattern since he's been in the league. I don't see him bringing that same smoke to him.
Ooh, appreciate you, man.
Keep it a buck,
you keeping it 1,000, man.
Across the board.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much.
You know it's all love, Law. How about damn Cowboys? Let's go for 6, Law. Let's get it, baby.
Yes, indeed. He ain't no killer, but don't push me. Yes, indeed, man. That's my guy right there. We always go over this type of stuff in a good way. I got my guy, man. He's right here in Arlington from the 817. You're live. Talk to me, man.
Hey, how's it going, La?
Hey, going great.
You know, everyone, for as long as I've been alive, for as long as I've been a Cowboys fan, all I hear is people complaining about, oh, the media loves to talk shit about us.
Right.
they love to say anything they want about us and, discredit the things that we do. But at the same time, they love the publicity when we break regular season stats. When Dak Prescott, when he breaks the record for most touchdown passes in a year, we love that publicity. But a few weeks later in the divisional round, all of a sudden we hate the publicity. So y'all need to sit down and make up your mind.
True.
Do y'all like being America's team, or do you not like being America's team? Because you can't pick and choose where you do and don't want the spotlight. And let me talk about why I think the media really has us biased towards us, besides us being named America's team.
Right.
What I think they really have against us, not just the media, but just everyday normal NFL fans, why the masses are against us so much, is because we're going through the longest drought in franchise history, 27 years, and there is no accountability anywhere towards ownership. We have been outright just smashed into the ground over and over and over again for the last 27 years, and guess what? If we were to lose in the divisional round in embarrassing fashion to the Niners for the next 10 seasons, it wouldn't matter, because the next season opener, we're still going to fill up AT&T Stadium with, that season opener. We're still going to sell out. We're still going to give them the money, and there's no accountability anywhere, and so nothing's going to change. So we're so complacent, but we're so barbaric in, during the summertime with, we're going to win the Super Bowl, but by the time the divisional round is wrapped up, we go, well, it was still a good year. No, it wasn't. It was not a good year. I was born in 1999. I'm sick of just saying, well, at least we won the division.
Ooh.
And at least we can say we're better than these three teams. You get sick of saying that.
Let me ask you this, though, and you're right. You born in '99, so you never got a chance to know that feeling of us being competitive, and you grew up in the, oh my gosh. So technically, from your knowledge of it, this is the best coaching staff that you ever witnessed. Correct?
I don't know if it's saying much, but sure.
Man, I see. I don't know how to make. Look,
big difference.
Yeah, Dan Quinn. So my goodness, man, it's hard. Now, I would consider you more of a diehard fan because you grew up in the era of the loud 4-letter, the 3-letter networks, right? The Stephen A. Smith, the accident waiting to happen for us, and you was very young watching my guy Tony Romo getting into that spotlight. And I would go to my grave saying this: even if we had Tony Romo with Sean Payton, or even with Mike McCarthy, or even with Bill Parcells for a longer extent of time, there should have been at least one Super Bowl appearance. But we never got a chance, minimum, right? So I don't even know how to flip it for you, man, because you never witnessed all of that. You grew up into this hate era of the Cowboys even more by us being in the longest drought period ever. All I can say, man, just keep holding on to faith, man. Yeah, keep holding it down for us, man, for the youth.
Hey, man, but we got to push that hand forward because, man, everybody's starting to sound like Jerry Jones the way they're talking about how we're the most valuable sports franchise in the world. Man, nobody cares about that.
True.
No, you don't hear any other fan base talking about that. And look, there's not a single soul jealous of the Cowboys. You don't want to look. Nobody's jealous about how many jerseys we sell. No one's jealous about how we sell out AT&T Stadium, man. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, and we keep coming back anyway. And the justification for it most of the time is, you never hear anything when the Bills do something wrong. Nobody cares about the Bills.
Nobody cares about the Bills. I
don't know if there's a single person in this chat room right now that is a Buffalo Bills fan. So why are we talking about the Bills? Just so what? It'll make us feel better? That's not holding your team accountable. We have to hold the team accountable. We want to be done with this shit, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We want to win?
We want to win, man. Yes, let's go, man.
Spartans!
Prepare for glory!
Only team that matters.
Yeah. So let me ask you this before I let you go. How do we win? How do we win for the 2023 season?
Man, with all the stuff we tried, the only thing that I can think of is break the curse and put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. But apparently, Jerry just a couple weeks ago said we're not putting anybody in the Ring of Honor this season. So the way I see it, our ceiling once again is divisional round. Hold this team accountable. It's not going to happen.
Man.
So that's what I'm saying. Break the curse.
Break the curse, man. What's your name so I can save you in here, man?
What's up?
What's your name so I can lock you in?
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay. All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Hunter, for calling in. I'll put you in as 99 Hunter, man. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you.
A good call from Hunter, man, from the 817. Hunter 99, you know. I was going to put Hunter Biden in there. You know, I ain't going to do you like that. But Hunter, man, I feel you, dog, man. Since 1999, like he literally, that means that he grew up into this, you know, he was born in it. He was raised in it. He was molded by it. You know, he literally didn't get a chance to see us do anything, especially since 1999, outside of the few runs that we supposed to have. And that was probably 2014 when he started to see football in a different light and things like that. So, sheesh, it's crazy, man. I don't have any way of really helping the brother out, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell you, just keep fighting, man, because by him staying with us, right, hear me out, he can adopt the darkness, you know what I'm saying?
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
That Joker was born in it, man, shoot. And we ain't going nowhere. And on top of that, yeah, Dave Campo, Bill Parcells, Wade Phillips, and Jason Garrett era. And the shining part of it was Bill Parcells era, right? So, oh my goodness. He didn't say nothing wrong, though. I ain't gonna dog that man because, you know, he grew up in this thing, man. But we gonna have to figure out a way because we as Cowboy fans are in a unique situation because the above is not going to change their mind. Jerry Jones, John Stephen Jones will not change their minds. We can only hope that we can win in spite of all of that, and hopefully the coaching staff with Big Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn can put together a masterpiece right here. All right, speaking of that, I got my guy from the 919. You are live on the Nation.
Hey, what's going on, Law, man? My name's Fly. First time caller.
Fly?
I just want to call and make a point. I want to call and make a point about the little coaching thing that's going on. But pretty much, like, I don't understand how people don't see how Kellen Moore was calling plays for us. He never had any coaching experience, not even college. And I don't really understand how people don't think Mike McCarthy and Schottenheimer are not going to have any success with this offense, and they both got over 20 years of coaching experience. Like, it just don't really make sense to me. Like, if Kellen can have success with this offense, why can't they?
Yeah, now that is a good point. That's a brilliant idea to bring up to everyone to think about because if Kellen Moore was able to do all of that without coaching experience, learning on the fly, and to catch that wave, because that's exactly what I was thinking. I think I talked to this off camera to my guys on the Final Word and as well as the round table, that we got a chance to see Dak naturally, organically become better because Kellen Moore for dog sure didn't teach him anything. What would he would have taught him? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Dak's a better quarterback now. So with Mike McCarthy and Schottenheimer, man, I feel like the sky's the limit, man. To be honest, yo.
Yeah. So what do you think this team need to do better for the 2023 season, Dan?
I mean, to be honest, man, like we just need the play calling wasn't bad. It was just situational. Like if Mike and Schottenheimer could call the right plays in the right situations, man, I really do believe we can go all the way. Because if we just rely on the defense, like we got one of the best defenses we done had in years. If you really think about it, like from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Like, we rely on that defense, good situational play calling, run the ball, man. We can take it all away.
Man, you spitting the truth over there. Hey, man, Fly, I got nothing else to say. No rebuttal to that, man. You right on point with it, fam.
All right, well, I appreciate you, Law. Thank you for everything that you do for the nation, man. Keep it going, and let's get it this year, man.
Let's get it, man. And think of it, man, from the 919, what Fly was saying. Y'all mark that caller down, Fly, because I want to circle back when we chop this video up. Here's what I'm looking at. The Dallas Cowboys, what they should have done with Kellen Moore is to witness what he can do and make him a qualities controllers guy, you know what I'm saying? Put him in as before they gave him the position of coordinator, put him in as qualities control. And one of the things and Troy Aikman said it himself, was, hey, Mike McCarthy loved calling plays. And he made a vow that he would never give up that responsibility again. For him to do that in 2020, right? To give up that responsibility. If Big Mike really didn't have his back against the wall in order to get this job, to hire Kellen Moore, because we can see it now. Ain't nowhere in the world Big Mike said, all right, give me this guy who don't fit any of his system and philosophy. He should have at least said, okay, Kellen Moore, we don't want to do wholesale changes. That's too much to do, especially in this pandemic world or what have you in 2020. But we're going to have you as a quality controls guy, right? We're going to have you as a guy that can advise the team on certain things, right? So that when we implement this West Coast philosophy, it won't be a drastic deal. But what they did was they kept him as the OC, and they brought upon all of the old ways with them, which is terrible way of building your business or brand or anything. I don't foresee anybody making this type of business plan in business, nor in coaching, nor in the NFL. Just don't see this happening around the league. But all right, we got another caller that's been waiting here. I got my guy. Is this Kelvin from the 469? You're live.
How you doing?
Hey.
This is my first time calling.
Oh, first time calling, my bad. What's your name,
Yes,
fam?
sir. My name's Kevin, man.
Your name is Kevin, okay? Man, I'm psychic
yeah.
over here, man. Come on, man. Psychic law, baby.
Man, I just want to say a couple things, man. You know, I've been a Cowboy fan since '89. Like literally, I was born in '82. I've been a Cowboy fan since '89. Actually, sitting down watching it with my granny or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and I'm like a lot of people. I done seen them to where they should have won Super Bowls, won championship, did more than what they did. This year, last year, I'm not just gonna blame one person. I'm gonna blame a whole lot of people that did in the season. You know what I mean? I can blame one play when they played the 49ers on Turpin, but he was a rookie. You know what I mean? He should have cut out instead of cutting in. Dak this year need to get more accurate. You know what I mean? Because when they played the 49ers, they had two plays where CeeDee Lamb burnt his corner and Dak underthrew him. And then another play where...
You talking about on that deep pass on top? And when he was in the end zone? Yeah.
Right. And I was looking at it like, what's wrong with that?
Let me ask you this, though. And I ain't picking on you, Kelvin. But you remember that play when that blitzer, I think it was either Talano or someone blitzed through the I think it went right through the A-gap. Dak Prescott dropped back, and he hit. T.Y. was open in the middle of the field on the seam, and CeeDee Lamb, and he literally he dropped back 1, 2, 3, and he launched that ball. Fred Warner flipped his hips. He was hip to hip with CeeDee Lamb, no separation there. But when you go back let me know, did the ball hit CeeDee Lamb in the hands or did it not? Or was it like
I remember exactly what play you talking about.
Yeah, did it hit him in the hands?
It did hit him in the hands. I said her, and I was just like, why Lamb didn't catch that?
You know who would have did this?
You want to talk about a playmaker? That's a playmaker. He made the play.
You think he would have dropped that one?
I don't think he
he wouldn't have dropped that one. Hey, we wouldn't even be having this conversation today.
we you know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. I'm talking about literally a diehard Cowboy fan. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that when he was in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Mississippi State. I loved him. You know what I mean? Dak been hurt the last couple of years.
Right.
And then, to me, I feel he been afraid to either run the ball when he's supposed to run the ball, or he been afraid to just let it go like he's supposed to let it go.
Yeah.
I think he's afraid of his arm. Dak is a hell of a quarterback. And just like they say, this Dak had one bad year. This is the only bad year to where he threw all them interceptions. I think if somebody can talk to Dak and tell Dak, push it behind him, and play his game like he's supposed to play his game and don't be afraid of the game, they'll win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
He plays, sometimes he plays like a guy that's unsure of his next home. Like, I want, he plays like a guy without true backing. I just want, I want a powerful endorsement from the ownership in the front office that Dak is their guy. I need for them to say, hey, this is our quarterback. And you don't get that in Cowboys world because, you know, it's about selling tickets. It's about the appearance of, hey, this mystique of the backup quarterback. But I would have wished that even Jerry Jones would have said when Cooper Rush was doing all of those things, which was pretty good. I would have wished he would have said, you know what, yeah, it's good that Cooper Rush is doing that. But Dak, number 4, that's our starting quarterback. And that would have went further versus a person that said, you know, basically in short, it's Dak who, right? Basically, he let that go on and on and on. Sometimes even, and I'm just using this as an example. Acknowledgement is key in a lot of situations. When you're acknowledging something, you know, I know how it is because I'm the middle child, right? And sometimes what I look at it, even growing up, I got a chip on my shoulder because the acknowledgement wasn't there for my parents, right? Because I sit there and I saw my 2 older brothers do something and they get all of the acknowledgments, the praises, right? But the expectations for me to do what they did was already there, right? Because they were able to do certain things. And sometimes as a middle child, you can look at it and say, hey, wait a minute now, where's my acknowledgement? Where's my trust at? You know, when you going to come out and say, hey, I know that you can do it, right? But it was always, well, I think you can do it because he did it, right? Or because he was able to do it. And I think that is collectively what the Cowboys get out of Dak Prescott. Okay, all right, it's okay that he was able to win this game, but we seen Roger do it. Oh, it's okay for him to win this game. We seen Troy Aikman do it. And now even from Jerry Jones, I've seen Tony Romo do it. Man, show me something else different, Dak. You know what I'm saying? Or we could go find another you, right? Whereas there's no acknowledgement of what he can do, and that's why he always kind of walking around like, maybe they like me, maybe they don't.
Okay, can I ask you that?
Talk to me.
Shouldn't that fuel his shouldn't that fuel his fire to play and be like, I'm the man? I fit to show you who I really am. Like Dak done did it on certain occasions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm the man. But at the end of the day, they said, okay, Dak, here go the money. Show me what you can really do. okay, Dak, we done took Zeke out. We missed Zeke. I know Zeke was your boy.
Right.
But I don't want Zeke to be your crutch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take Zeke out to take your crutch away, and I want you to do you.
Let me say this, though. It goes back to when he do that, they say, do it again. Well, I need to see a little bit more, man. Because we've seen it in 2018, right? Like, okay, he didn't get it done. He literally didn't get it done without Amari Cooper.
Right.
The team looked terrible, man. He was like, what do you call that? A deer in headlights, right? The run game was like, all right, but teams were like, they were literally, go back and watch the first few games, y'all. Teams literally was loading the box, like, come on, Dak, come on, do something. With those Walmart All-Stars, I think the only person that was drafted in the earlier rounds was Michael Gallup, and he was a rookie that year in 2018.
Right.
I believe.
Right.
Was he a rookie that year? And it had everybody else. Was it 18 or 19? But it was 18, right? So it was like, hey, do it. And he couldn't do it. He had peaked at that point. He had hit his ceiling. So when they got a person that can win the one-on-ones, take the top off the defense, that can make teams pay was Amari Cooper, then we were seeing like, woo, that joker Dak is hot. And then we went off and we won a playoff game, and it was like, all right, that offseason, do it again. You know what I'm saying? We still have reservations because you only did it with a wide receiver. Can you do it without one, right? So that was the craziest thing to me because no one asked Joe Montana, hey, man, do it without Jerry Rice. Do it without Ricky, Roger Craig. Nobody asked Troy Aikman, hey, man, can you do it without Irv, right? Come on, man. Can you do it with just, K. Smith? So it was just one of those things.
I don't mean to cut y'all, but
no,
a
you
lot
good.
of people forget about Jay Novacek, Alvin Harper. You know what I mean?
Right.
See, Irvin was the man.
Right.
See, but he also had other players that'll go out there and try to be like, you know what, Irvin, this ain't gonna be to you. I'm finna throw the deep ball, and your boy gonna out jump everybody.
Right.
See, everybody forgot about him. You know what I mean? Even though Irvin was the man, but they still had other little key pieces that'll come through and catch the ball without a big name player like Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
See, Jay Novacek got out there, and Troy Aikman threw him the ball, and it was like Jason Witten out there. And then when he didn't throw it to Jay Novacek, he threw it to the other receiver.
Yeah.
And he went up there and out-jumped everybody.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at all of that, we had Jimmy Smith, and he couldn't make the team or what have you. He went and got over to Jacksonville lad. But we also had the opportunity to have Tim Brown, right? But Irvin was such a man that he like, nah, man, you ain't finna, nah. We could have had a mega team then or super team even more. So if people think that the Cowboys 90 team was dominant, it could have been even more dominant if they would have said, you know what, Irv, we get what you bring to the table. But Tim Brown, man, come on, man. That would have been a crazy. Would have been. We talk about the triplets. We had to throw in the quadruplets. The quad, man. Yeah. but I give it what you're saying though, collectively.
They didn't have no salary cap.
I mean,
they had no salary cap back then.
They had it in I think in '94. They started in '93, '94. They started. Yeah, it's just started. It was new.
They can pay anybody anything that came.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you're right, man. Shoot.
You know what I mean?
But that would have been crazy, though, man. Tim Brown and it'd been too much, man. Forget the cap.
Yeah. But I appreciate you, man. I ain't going to hold you up too much longer, man. But my last question was, where do you think, and this not on the Cowboys and nothing like that, but where do you think that Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins might land?
Say that. Can you repeat that one more time?
I said it's not a Cowboy question, but what do you think Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins might land?
All right. D-Hop, he may land to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin Cooks, he's still on the Vikings, right? They haven't released him yet, did they?
No. He released.
He is released?
Yeah.
Man, where I been? And all 32 teams are just sitting at Dalvin Cook watching. So that means that he won $8 to $10 million. So his money is a price point. So I think that Dalvin Cook, who a team, he might end up in Buffalo with his brother, and he might end up. I know the Chiefs, they don't have any issues of picking up guys like that. I just don't foresee the Cowboys paying $8 to $12 million because, that we cash strapped. We always watching the money. We always watching the bag.
Right.
It could be a crazy situation that he might end up in the Giants. If Saquon Barkley, did Saquon sign that thing yet?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I haven't been looking at New York because that's a hated rivalry of ours.
Right. I'm thinking of a team that Dalvin Cook might go to. He may end up going to Cincinnati. It's so many teams that's out there, but I know Cincinnati. They got to pay the Chase.
You make sense.
And they got to pay the quarterback. He's going to go to a team that whoever get injured first. But right now, as a running back, going into training camp, none of them banging on the table talking about let me get to training camp. So it's a good situation for him to sit it out until after training camp to at least about first week of preseason. You may hear somebody picking up the phone calling Dalvin Cook for that contract. Hell, he might stay in Minnesota. They might call him back and do something.
Yeah, he might. But it was good speaking with you, man. This is my first, like I said, it was my first time calling, man. It's nice to make you keep doing what you're doing. And, man, yeah, I see you.
No doubt, man. Salute, bro. Appreciate you, man. It's Kelvin, man, from the 469. Yo, you guys give me what I'm saying. I got Minister, man, from the 918. You're live on the nation.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Holla at me.
Man, it's been some. I've been sitting back there listening to all this stuff about the Cowboys.
Right.
And, man, I've been a Cowboys fan since the 60s, bro.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you like this. If you ain't been a Cowboy fan since the 60s, then you don't understand that we are not used to being in the back. Because back in the 60s, there wasn't a Super Bowl. There wasn't a Super Bowl till later. So the Cowboys been up there. We had our differences as far as the stands of, when you have them you lose players and you gain players. But if you look back on the whole thing, we won the first teams in NFL history to go to you want to say Super Bowl and just championships 8 times. We was one of the first.
Yeah, they go to Super Bowl 8. Yeah.
We're not the Cowboys, I'm going to say as an organization, a whole.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know the Cowboys since the 60s, then you don't know what you're talking about.
Man, you going way back to Don Meredith and Eddie LeBaron, dog.
Don Meredith was our running back.
Yeah. Football changed a whole lot since then. Yeah.
I'm going to just go way back here so people can quit sitting up here talking like they real Cowboy fans, because you can jump on the bandwagon if you want to, but if you're real, all of this other stuff don't matter, man. The season is over. 2022 is done. We can go through that blame the whole organization from Jerry Jones all the way down to quarterback, coaches, players, all that old kind of stuff. You know what? Because Jerry Jones is about a circus.
Yeah.
He wants to be a circus. He wants to be in front of the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he do what he do. That's why they put him in the Hall of Fame, because he made all them suckers billionaire. They
Yeah.
knew something, but they didn't know enough until they met Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
See, you know what I'm saying? So to put all that to rest, let's just say, man, you know, I think this is one of the best teams that we ever had right here. And if they assemble them right and put everybody in the right place, I think it should be a first team, second string.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can go and say, you know what I'm saying, hey, okay, well, you need the players rotating and blah, 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 this, that, the other. But you know what, man? It's got to be on the football team. I played too.
Right.
I coach too. And it's got to be sometimes it's got to be this is the best player. But you're still right there. Sometimes you got to do that to create that competition. Because I don't want nobody comfortable on my team. Nobody. From the quarterback to the coach. I don't want nobody comfortable. You better understand, like Jimmy Johnson said, if you don't do what you got to do, you got to go.
Yeah. Now the only thing is with Minister.
I mean,
go ahead.
I ain't saying technically just kick him out the door, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I love the competition, man, because people got to understand where you stand.
They do. They
when
do.
You on the team.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, the ownership has got to be out of it. We can understand you learn it, you love the team, you love your organization, you want to be in there and rah, 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 throw your pom-poms and all that. But you know what? Keep your yada, yada in the box, man. Stay upstairs.
Yeah.
Because we don't want you down here fooling with us. We trying to win. The coach is the team, and as the coach goes, the team goes. Because the team looks up to the coach. We've had all kind of problems, but my thing is, man, I don't care about none of that. All of that stuff I just said doesn't matter. What's important today is that I believe in the players. So far that we got. I believe we have a good team. We may not be the best team, but I believe that we're 1, 2, or 3 in the National Football League. It doesn't matter if we won championships or went to all of these. We ain't done some things. We did some things. But I believe that we have improved a little bit each year.
No doubt. No doubt.
We may still need a few pieces, but I think Mozzie is going to be real good for that centerpiece. That's a piece we really needed in the past, because when we had leaders, that's the difference when you got a guy that's in the quarterback's face. Every time he step back, I'm in your face and I'm saying, hello. I'm still right here.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, Minister. I thank you so much for calling in.
Hey, man, look,
appreciate you.
I just want to say I love you, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and just everybody, you know what I'm saying, just believe in your team, man. Let's not talk bad on the guys, because sometimes it takes prayer to get over the next hump. You better believe that.
Yes, indeed. Prayer will get it.
Stop talking bad about a team, because the word says that he tells us about speaking bad.
Right.
So let's speak positivity on the team, because trust and believe, we ain't gonna be last.
No doubt, Minister. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's go. Appreciate you, Minister Simmons. Appreciate you, man. That's for the 918. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, he was talking about Eddie LeBaron and all of it. Roger Staubach versus Craig Morton, you know, in the Super Bowl against the Broncos, you know, the rivalry of the Cowboys, you know, it never ends, you know. I think of even, you know, I know it's before my time, but even Roger Staubach, they were sitting there saying, hey, man, you know, yeah, he's good and all, but it is what it is, you know. Even when my guy, y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how it goes, Danny White versus Rodgers and all of that stuff. So it's always been controversy with the Cowboys quarterbacks too. So I think that's the only way we can win, right? Troy Aikman, it was, what was it? What's that guy's name? Steve Berline or whatever that guy's name. So it was all of those things. So I get it, you know. But that's just the flow of the Cowboys, and that's even with different ownerships and things like that. But yeah, we can speak life into it. We can speak favor for this team. But even though it's those things that we can speak about, this team got to believe it themselves, right? They got to know it themselves. They got to want it themselves. They got to put in the work themselves, and hopefully they are doing just that. All right, let's go and let's keep it to one topic, y'all. One topic time for your mind, man. Mark that drives trucks, man, from the 832. You're live.
Yeah, what's going on, man? What's up?
Man, it's your world, man. Talk to me, man.
hey, real quick, man, Hey, look, we need to understand one thing about Dak, man. Dak Prescott is a soldier.
He is.
He's been that from day one. It's why he took that locker room over. He's just one of the 53. That's the way he thinks. That's the way he talks. That's the way he acts. That's why that team loves him. That's why they say nothing bad about it. The only thing that's got to become now is a field general. He's got to, on the field, perform. And by that, I mean Mike McCarthy is going to be instrumental in that because he's already started. They're doing things with the offense to make it more comfortable for Dak to be himself, like some people have said. So that when those moments arise where we need a play, Dak can make a decision about how he's going to go about winning the game. He don't have to be Patrick Mahomes. He don't have to be Aaron Rodgers. He don't have to be Josh Allen. He can be Dak. He's been good enough for as long as he's been putting on that star helmet to win anybody's game, anytime, against anybody. He's done it plenty of times.
He did.
We doubt Dak because there's been a lot of people that have been hesitant, like you say, to give Dak his props. I don't think that matters to Dak, whether you patting him on the back or you kicking him in the ass. I don't think Dak cares about that one way or the other. I think Dak needs to take ownership of the offense and of the game.
Yeah,
Mike McCarthy has done that. Yeah, he did that in the OTAs, the mini camps. They would run through the little practices, and I've seen people say this many times. Dak would come over, being a soldier. Dak would come over and say, "Hey, Mike, what do you want to do here? What should I do there?" And Mike would say, "No, man, Dak, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
This will work if you work. We're gonna do what you the man." That formation that y'all say that he need to get from Jerry Jones or he need to get from Steven Jones. No. Dak need to get that from the one guy that means a damn thing to his career, and that's his head coach, and that's Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's going to put it in place. Yeah, he's going to put it in place. That's just how we're going to do it. We're going to walk through all of this stuff, but hey, man, it's your play. It's your call.
It's your
Ain't
call.
Nobody going to run no route that you don't know about. You ain't got to wait to see what option somebody is going to run. They're going to run what you call.
What you call.
You don't like, we're going to run what you call that. You don't like it, say something. A cat in a bad position, move him around.
Yeah.
Somebody don't know where they're supposed to go, hey, tell them. Run over here and be right there in our authority. Dak take ownership of it. I don't think anybody that's been here in Dak's year, and Dak had a couple of people that been good for him.
Right.
John Kitna was good for him, and believe it or not, Scott Linehan was good for Dak. But ain't none of them told Dak, hey, Dak, it's your team. Because that's who we need to hear from. He don't need to hear from Jerry. I don't care if Jerry loves him or not. I don't care.
Right. Now I see that angle right there, what you're saying. Like he need to be more assertive. He need to say, hey, you know, if Smooth ran the wrong route, choose Smooth out then. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait to dang on film study day. No, I want you to get into a Smooth phase and say, hey man, you ran the wrong doggone route, man. You got me killed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. Do that. Know what the offense is, know what everybody is, know what everybody's doing. So on the field,
field general.
You got your hands on it, Dak. That's what I want. Dak a grown man. He a full grown man.
Yeah.
He need to stop waiting for his coaches to be smarter than him. Now they are. Before, Jason Garrett probably wasn't as smart as that. Kellen Moore damn sure wasn't as smart as that.
No.
But Mike McCarthy, no more than that. Schottenheimer knows more than that. That's why I said he needs to listen to them and take direction from them. But game time ball height, Dak is you.
It's
and
you.
Dak can do it. Yeah, it's you, Dak. And that ain't to put no pressure on him. Dak been balling out since he got here. People talk crazy if they want to. That ain't pressure. That's affirmation.
There we go.
That's the affirmation he needs. Dak is your team. You the man.
Yeah.
It ain't about whether or not you got a crutch or you got this player or you got that player. No, Dak is you. You ain't got enough. We're going to get you enough. But it's you right now.
Exactly. Mark, you driving truck right now, right, Chief? And and the people that order whatever they order, they don't give a damn if it's raining, if it's snowing. They just want their product, man. Whatever you delivering, you know.
Yep. I'm in Michigan right now, coming down hard raining. They want their stuff.
They want it.
It's on the way.
They don't want to hear you talking about, man, hey, man, I had a few flats, man. You know what I'm saying? And some birds flew in front of me, man. I got to pull over. Got to be a little bit late. But, hey, they just want to say, hey, if you don't deliver, dog, there will be another Mark in that seat. You know what I'm saying? Delivering that stuff and getting those remunizations. So if you are the Dak Prescott of that truck driving, I don't want to hear it. I want to see you deliver, bro, you know?
Exactly. I want Dak to deliver because he can. I don't want nobody, particularly as head coaches. The team, that's the soldier. The team ain't going to listen to Dak. They listen to him. They in lockstep. They go along with bad stuff on that offense because Dak do.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody says nothing because Dak don't say nothing.
Yeah. No.
Dak need to be the guy at the stop. When the rubber meets the road, Dak need to be there.
He need to be there.
Not chewed out. Yeah, he need to be there. He needs to smooth that over. If Mike McCarthy went through the game plan, something ain't working, Dak needs to say, hey, look, man, we're not running CD over the middle no more because people backing up. We're gonna dump this into the flat. We're gonna work a little bit up the field because I want Dak to understand it's about winning the game. It ain't about what it looked like. It's about what it is. People cried all of that when Dak started. He dinking and dunking. And dunking. Now you got these fools. That's exactly what they want him to do now.
Right.
See him throw the ball all over the yard 4 or 5 years, racking up. They ain't winning either. You know what wins?
What's that?
Win and win.
Win and ooh, you know what win? You know what, Mark? Win is what winning.
300 yards and win. You can throw for 150 yards.
There we go. There we go.
Mahomes in that Super Bowl throwed 150 yards. The best quarterback in creation only throws the ball for 150 yards. Won a damn Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl. All these people here talking about Dak can't do it need to shut up because you don't know what you are talking about. And this dude don't like him, and that's fine. Stop trying to make it complicated because it's not. Dak has been undercoached and Dak has underperformed, but hopefully that's over with now.
Don't you know this right here? Don't you know this right here, Mark? I got a good friend of mine. He started off doing Uber and Lyft, and he realized, he said, man, that's good money. Yeah, I can make that money, but it's too controlled. Right? They want to tell him, hey, how fast he can go between driving his routes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he sped up too fast or he went too slow. He said, man, forget this. So he started and went and did his own trucking stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's an owner-operator now because now he's in control. You know, sometimes you can have a right idea, a right mindset, but you can be too much control sometimes. Have you ever seen those? Have you ever heard people drive Uber and Lyft that they can't go a certain speed because they get knocked off on some points? No. You see, right now, Mark, you a seasonal driver. You know where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And you pass when you need to pass. You know what I'm saying? But you get the job done.
Y'all still going to not back up off it. I got you.
Yeah.
That's all Dak needs. And Dak needs that from his coaching staff. Something he hasn't had in a long time.
Yeah.
Dak, for the last 3-4 years, he's been making Kellen Moore look good.
Yeah.
And Mike McCarthy been standing over there with his arms folded watching it go on for whatever reason. That was out of his hand too. But now Mike McCarthy done had veteran quarterbacks and had good quarterbacks and great quarterbacks. He knows what to do with that. What you do with that is give him the game. And
give him the game.
Play. And then you see some shit happen. So that's going to take care of business. And all your other fools just watch to see. I don't want nobody showing up later with everybody that done took these notes and keeping these records. I'm keeping receipts. I got my receipts too. I've been through. I cash mine in when this boy going through this thing.
Let's go, man. Hey, sign off, man. Mark, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's Mark, man. Come on, man. Come on. And shout out to y'all, man. All right.
The conference has been locked.
All right, man. Boy, we rolling today, man. I didn't know that this many people be here on a Monday, man. This line longer than Shaq's feet. But I promise you all that's watching right now, I'm going to try to get to you all, right? I'm going to try to. All right, I got my guy MJ from the 206. You're live.
What up, Law Nation? How you doing?
Man, all good, man. Can't complain. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man, I'm listening to the show.
Mm-hmm.
I like my boy VIP. What up, VIP?
Yeah.
Hey, but the guy made good sense. Just the guy from 1999.
Yeah, the
just
young
to let
kid.
him know, it ain't no curse. The curse is gone. You know why the curse is gone? We got rid of all of Clapboy crew.
Yeah, they all gone. Yeah, they all gone now.
They gone.
All of
the
them.
curse is gone. It's gone.
Every last bit of them. Every last one of them.
Everyone last up. Now, whatever happened between Jerry and Coach, that's between them two.
Right.
So we ain't gonna make an excuse talking about we ain't winning because of he gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. Because if we keep doing that, then y'all are gonna curse him. So all the Cowboy fans, get that out of your mind. Don't talk about Jerry and Jimmy. That's between them two.
Yeah, in the South, in the South over here, you got to start believing in the curse before it to take effect. You know what I'm saying? There's a movie came out many years ago called Skeleton Key, but they had to get you to believe first, and then when you start believing in the curse, then it becomes the curse. You know. But I get what you're saying. I'm following you. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we getting out of that. So right now, as today, the curse is over.
Yeah.
Ain't no curse. And then let all other fans know, we had a lot of chances, 1999. Like I told you, we won the division. We just we'll have a good offense, but our defense will give up 30, and we'll lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that first year, Dak, 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
We got beat by Green Bay. They can't, they jumped on us, but we came back and tied them.
Yeah.
But when it was 31-28, if we could have just drove, we were driving.
Right.
But we had to drive and kick a field goal instead of driving and get the touchdown.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
So we lost that. And then in Green Bay, the catch.
Hey, I get you. I get you on that. I get you on all of that, man. Yeah, Dak played good in the playoff, but he didn't play good in the playoff these last two playoff games against the 49ers. So I feel what you're saying. We know that Dak Prescott is capable of playing good games because we've seen it in Buccaneers. We've seen it even in the Rams game when we lost to the Rams. We've seen it against the Seattle Seahawks. We've seen him play good in the playoffs. But now it's time for us to have everybody else to play good plus Dak so we can win something. Yeah.
It's all about, and like the truck driver said, it's the foundation. We built the foundation. You got to remember, them guys got Shapiro know what he's doing.
Yep.
McCarthy know what he's doing. And then you got to remember, McCarthy he been starving. He been watching everything. He's like, oh, my God. Ooh, I could do this now. Ooh. He already told you. He went right back to the lab. So they're going to keep a lot of everything. So now the teams, because if y'all didn't catch this, even though it was like a camp, that camp they had.
Yeah.
They was tortured. They was torching Dan Quinn defense because they ain't never saw that before. It wasn't. Did y'all notice? Even though they was in pants and shorts, it don't prove nothing, but it do prove something because they was getting torched. They was getting torched because them boys that was running 4.3s was getting down the field so fast it wasn't no option routes.
I feel you. Look, man. Let's pump the brakes now. I get what you're saying. Remember these guys can't leave their feet, and there's no threat of somebody coming down to field. So
you don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I've been saying, I've been saying though, But usually in them camps like that, it'll be okay. Because, you always do the camp, and we always listen.
Wait. Training camp ain't until next month, though. So when we see the real training camp, when they put the pads on.
we going to be there.
We'll be there.
See this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you one thing.
Talk to me, man.
I know somebody that is definitely going to burn you. It's going to be that number 3 going to burn you for real, bro. Law. He's going to burn for real.
Who's number 3?
That's going to put Gilmore. That's going to make Gilmore good. And it's going to make Diggs good. Because number 3 going to torture.
Who's number 3 again? Brandon Cooks. Okay, Cooks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that there is preparing us for the fast receivers that is in the NFL. And, not seeing me get to run fast. I'm just happy.
Yeah.
Make the corner's good. Just like you say, Law, it's going to make everybody better. And the foundation, now we got a foundation with the offense. And now our defense got to play like a ball. If our defense, because sometimes you ain't going to score a lot of points, y'all. If our defense truly could play like that Baltimore Ravens defense was, let's play it. Everybody on here, I know, we drinking some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, some good old Kool-Aid.
We got the talent. We got the talent to do it. And it's going to come from the D tackles. If they play like they're supposed to, we'll have a cold-blooded defense. And now we got a chance to go all the way. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Let's see what we do. And how about them Cowboys and all the Cowboy fans, still Cowboy fans? Hey, Law, and one thing, do them a favor. This how you look. Put my picture up. I was born in 1963. I'm 60. Now, you look at my picture, and you saw me, Law, and see do I look like I'm 60. That's when you stand. I'm staying in health. I'm following the law. Eat healthy, work out. That's how you're supposed to do. Thank you, Law. And let's hit them likes for my boy, Law Nation.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Marv, man. That's my guy, MJ. We call him MJ. He stays on the West Coast, and I can't wait to see him again for the 2023 season. And appreciate him. All right, we got 831. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Law, how you doing? Blessings. How are you, my man? How are you?
I'm doing great. Let me know if you guys can hear and see me. I'm saying that some people saying that it's choppy, but it looks good on my end. Can you hear the show pretty good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good on your end. Hopefully, I'm going for a little walk. Hopefully, it's not windy and you can hear me clear as well.
No doubt. You got the dogs over there, man.
Give me one home. Hello there. Oh, how are you? Okay. Actually, yes. How are you? Okay, hold on. Okay. Give me one moment. I got a little bit of a situation here. Is it okay?
No doubt.
Let me go through it. Okay. Thank you, though. It's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I got a dog, too, over here, man.
All right. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Talk to me, man.
I got into a little situation with the little dog situation. But anyway, let me get right to it. Listen, I had called into Will Steele, and I had mentioned about like a few hunches and a few guts that I had, and I want to go ahead and share that with you in our Cowboy Nation. So I predicted the Denver Nuggets to win the NBA Finals in the regular season. So that happened.
Okay.
I have also had a hunch about our Cowboys in 2022 and 2023 to reach the title game or go to the Super Bowl. So we fell a game short last season, right, with that loss to the 49ers. Otherwise, we would have been at the NFC title game. So my prediction and my gut is telling me that this year, 2023, 2024, will be the year where we do go to the title game or to the Super Bowl. That is just a gut and a feeling that I have as a Cowboy fan.
Right.
Earlier, I was listening, and you were sharing about what is it that we got to do as Cowboys to change things and be better.
Right.
I'm hoping, the way I see it, Law, is, hey, listen, our defense, I don't know that I've ever seen our defense play at an elite level on the road on a playoff game against one of the most dangerous offenses in the 49ers here in the Bay Area, which I live about an hour and 50 minutes away from the stadium.
Right.
I was impressed with our defense. I was impressed the way Dan Quinn and our defense came out and the way we played and the way we basically shut them down. We had such a game plan. And obviously the unfortunate part was our offense. Unfortunately, we were not able to generate enough points to move on and win. But what I see is situational football is what we failed at last year. A combination of philosophical differences between, Kellen Moore and McCarthy and so on and so forth, and when to run, when to pass, when to do this, when to do that. We failed in that regard. With the changes that we've made this year, my hope is that, we're going to get to a point now where, there's no more excuses, about whether Kellen Moore was a big elephant, in the room and McCarthy just didn't have the cojones to say, hey, I'm the coach. I don't like this. Things got to change. He just allowed it to play itself off rather than helping a young, learning on the job type of coordinator fail us. So that's my take, is that if we're going to change into a West Coast, kind of get the ball out a little quicker, maybe finally have a little bit of a screen pass, have a true fullback, and allow game situational football to be at its best, I think it gives us the best shot offensively moving forward. What do you think?
I think so. I think that the defense came more prepared for that 49ers game than the Cowboys offense. I do get it that Dak Prescott needs to perform better in that game as well as others. I think that we should have had a clear plan in place in order for us to win. For the 2023 season, I think we should have a more concise plan. Like, what do we do to take away teams' good stuff, and how do we attack with our good stuff? And even if it's getting the quarterback in rhythm or getting the star players in rhythm and make it easier, dumbing it down so that we have bread and butter plays or plays to create explosive plays for our wide receivers or running back, I think that we will be better. And what was your vision for the 2023 season? What's your prediction again?
Yeah. So my gut is that it was going to be either last season or this season that the Dallas Cowboys, our team, will go to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. So that means that, obviously, me being the optimist and all that, I absolutely strongly feel that. If we look at the landscape of the NFC, this season, I mean, this is one of the very few times that we've seen it in decades. Where, come on, this is wide open, Law. This is wide open to the point of, you got Philadelphia, you got the 49ers, and us. We got to go get it. We got to go get it this year. We got to really, I felt that when Tony Romo and Dak Prescott have probably been the two, quarterbacks, after Troy Aikman era that, have kind of given us some sense of hope. If you will. You know what I mean? But we have failed in that we haven't really, other than maybe Parcells and Sean Payton at the time, and maybe in 2016 Scott Linehan, and we had a little bit of a structure. A little bit of a structure with our offense. I feel like maybe now we're going to find out, if Schottenheimer and McCarthy can really put something together to really tailor the offense to Dak Prescott, and what he really does best is in 2016 under Scott Linehan.
They tailored. They tailored to do what he did best, man. I appreciate you. What's your name, fam?
My name is Nacho.
Nacho
from the Bay Area up here, but my man.
You gonna go to training camp, everything, Nachos?
Absolutely. You know what? Yes, absolutely. In Oxnard, I visit my wife's side of the family. So she's from Southern California. I live up here in Northern California. So we go up to to Ventura County, and then we go to Oxnard. Absolutely, yeah.
Ventura.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, man. I'll see you out there, man. If we can meet up there, we can continue this conversation,
Oh,
man.
that'd be great.
No doubt.
That would be great, and I'll definitely look for you all. All right.
No doubt,
Have a good
man.
one, man, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
No doubt, man. It's Nacho, man, from Northern California, man. The Northern California. I know it never rains in Southern California, supposedly, but let me know what it do up north. I think it rain all the time up north, but that's a whole other conversation. All right, so here's what I got here. I kind of minimize everything off the screen, and I'm trying to do my side of it to make the internet better. As far as the CPU usage, I don't see any strain on it. It could be a YouTube thing. I don't hear anybody from Facebook complaining, so it could be a YouTube thing. We are live on multiple locations. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. We got my guy from the 909. He's next. And then we got Spock, Can You Save Me? And Kelvin. All right. So from the 909, you're live on the Law Nation Network. Talk to me.
Law, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me, man. Who's this, by the way?
I can't. This is Donnie, man. This is my first time calling
Donnie.
the show. I'm new to the game, Law. I've been listening to you guys for almost a year now, and you guys are a blessing for Cowboy Nation, for the Cowboy community. I'm in here in Southern California. I live in Corona, California. I'm originally from New Jersey, and I know people ask me, how can you be from New Jersey and be a Cowboy fan? Well, I'm gonna tell you the story. My dad was a huge, and I mean huge, Jim Brown fan.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And when Jim Brown retired, my pops didn't want to jump on the bandwagon like the teams back then, like the Colts, the Packers, the Giants, and so forth. He didn't want to jump on that bandwagon, so he decided to pick the expansion team, which I believe the Cowboys were the Dallas Texans before they became the Cowboys.
I believe so.
And so I've been a Cowboy fan since I can remember, man. And we got our guy. Dak is our guy. I remember watching Dak Prescott his rookie year. We all remember that playoff game against Green Bay. And the Cowboys were down, I believe, 21-3 or something like that. Me and my mom, a big Cowboys fan, we're watching the game together, and we're seeing Dak bring the Cowboys back. And I'm telling you, I'm in tears because I told my mom, I said, Mom, we got our guy. John Madden used to always say, you got to have that driver. We got our driver.
Okay.
Dak, I know he had a bad year last year. Hey, every quarterback has a bad. You can't say to me, in the history of this game, any great quarterback, any good quarterback, any average quarterback, they have bad years.
They do.
But this man does not have a history of what he did last year. He doesn't. A caller called earlier and said Dak only threw 4 interceptions his rookie year. Now, if there was going to be a year that Dak would throw for double interceptions, defense is throwing the kitchen sink at him, that would have been the year.
His rookie year, yeah.
Right, his rookie year. But he showed, man. He showed the moxie in training camp. And he showed the leadership. And that's why Dak is our guy. Now, I'm with you. I'm with like the other Cowboy Nation. Dak got to prove it. All these naysayers are saying everything about the Cowboys and talking about Dak. Dak just got to go out there and ball. Just go out there and ball. That'll shut him up. That'll shut everybody up.
That's the only way for Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah. But, Law, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you. All the guys that, the final word, man, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
With you, Boss Cowboy, Big Game James, the OC, my boy CFT, J-Tuck, all you guys, Holmes, I know I'm missing some people,
man,
but thank you.
I mean, I appreciate you for that, and this is just the beginning. We got some things that's gonna really set it on fire for next month, and I'm telling you, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
I sure will.
Yes,
I sure
indeed.
will, Lord. Keep doing what you're doing, bruh. And like you always say, hey, I don't like the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys.
I love them, man. How long I've been live so far, Donnie? Do you know how long I've been live?
I don't know how long you've been live.
Man, I think it's been. I think it feels like I've been live for about 2 to 3 hours, but to me, talking to you guys, it literally feel like 30 minutes.
This is a rare for me because I'm a school bus driver, and I'm normally working this time of day.
Wow!
But I injured my foot, and so the only time I really catch you is when I'm driving in my bus.
Oh wow!
So I said, this is a perfect opportunity to call you while I'm healing up, and yeah, man, I'm glad I picked up the phone and did a shout out to you, man. I really appreciate you guys.
Donnie, I'm glad I can make your day, man, with this, and I hope you have a speedy recovery, man. Appreciate you, Donnie. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboy. That's from my guy from the 909, man. He sacrificed, man.
Don't give up the fight. Everything
That's
will
a
be
Donnie right there.
right on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you.
Come on.
If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
That's for my guy Donnie, man. Appreciate him, man. You know, we get people calling in from all over the globe, and I never want to rush anyone because this is the way that they give me and the nation feedback, like the final word feedback, man. That goes a long way, you know. That is a situation, whereas the final word help unite so much, right, with different opinion, different thoughts, and different conversational pieces, man. And we try to our best, try to let everybody know that it's okay to have difference of opinion, right? And it's different because it's one show, the final word. Think about the concept of it before I let the other caller on. It's a show, whereas all of us got different thoughts, different opinions of it, right? And we can collide our thoughts together for about an hour. It's supposed to be a 1 hour show. Sometimes it be 2 hours, right? And we going over X, Y, and Z. And at the end, you get maybe a 1 to 2 minute final word of your thought, uninterrupted, right? Unless Boss Cowboy pressing them doggone buttons. But neither here nor there. It's a beautiful show because you guys get a chance to see our opinions, our thoughts. Big Game James always going to be Big Game James, right? The OC going to always be analytical. Boss Cowboy always going to figure out a way to knife in there of his conspiracy thought, right? With a good flavor of his own and flavoring of our thoughts put together, right? And you got DMV. Great voice out there for the community. Jay Tuck, man, he's gonna always give you some different analysis from his point of view. And then I got who I'm leaving out, Rome. When he comes in, he's gonna give his thoughts on it and letting you know, hey, it's authentic. This is what I'm thinking about it, and I don't give a dog what anybody else say about it. And it's just a good show, man, of us taking everything together. And of course, we should have this week Vach Lombardi with his opinions and his thoughts is going to be unique. What he brings to the table. Sky, I think we're gonna have him on. It's just a great show, not a good show at all. I don't want to hear anyone say that the final word is a good show. No. It's a great show, you know. So y'all make sure y'all put that out there because truly, I believe that there are other shows out there as it relates to teams like Eagles, Washingtons, and what have you, and we see them doing their shows and John's shows. But as far as a Cowboy community show, ain't nobody come close to what we do as Cowboys content creators. We do such a good job. We do such a great job that the other content creators go in and listen. They be like, hey man, them dudes over there, shoot, they doing a great job over there. And that's from the Giants community. No shade at them. And from the Washington Eagles, Jaguars, and beyond. Right, they all tuning in for us to talk our stuff, man, and spit our stuff. All right, I got from the Spock, Can You Save Me crew. You live, dog.
Good afternoon, brother. What's up?
Man, all is well, man. Just chilling.
So check it out. While you was doing your show, I was on YouTube checking out some old school videos about the Cowboys, doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, Mike Allstott, his stuff popped up, right?
Uh-huh.
His historic stuff.
Mm.
And I was like, wow. It was beautiful, dude. It was beautiful. This dude running, bouncing, doing this thing. And then so obviously the algorithm sent me towards Emmitt Smith.
Mm.
And I'm like, I watched 3 or 4 Emmitt Smith videos. Bruh, if anybody wants to argue between Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, just go back and watch, bro. Because I have not seen a lot of Emmitt stuff in a minute, and it is football genius.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Just starting off. The way, dude, he had people act like Barry was the only one who bounced off people. Bruh. It was bouncing. He was bouncing around, running out of bounds. It's like doing all that good stuff. Mm. It is beautiful.
Masterpiece.
Beautiful football.
Yeah.
Beautiful ball. Just watch Emmitt Smith highlights. But what I wanted to talk about was when Clarence Hill, I'm not sure if you went back when Clarence was on with the final words because you came on late.
Yeah.
They talked about, and I'm glad he said it because this is my opinion about the short game. So Boss keeps on going on, and I love Boss. I love Boss Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you. Love you, bro. But I differ from him. I don't think we need like Zeke back. I don't. If you're creative enough in the short game, and Clarence kind of said it, he talked about why the hell haven't you been using Dak? Like, because Dak's got tree trunk fucking legs, you know?
Yeah, big
you know
big
I mean?
legs, yeah. Paws, yeah.
yeah. So why the hell, over these last 8 years, have we not been doing that, right? So maybe I think Mike McCarthy will. Kellen Moore didn't do it. But I'm hoping Mike McCarthy will. I hope that will mitigate the need for a short yard, what other people see as a need, like a specific need, because I don't think we need that. If you're smart in the short game, play action, right? Play action, dude. Come on. Dak is amazing to play. Dude, look at that fucking amazing-ass walk-off fucking touchdown in the playoffs. Great play action with fucking Zeke, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Do that. If you're smart with the ball, you're not just pounding your head forward. You're smart with the ball. You do play action. Yes, you may have a big guy, Hunter Luepke, whatever. I don't care.
Right.
Or if not, that can easily get a one every now and then. It's never, according to Clarence Hill, he's never failed. That was his own terminology or his own words. He said that shit. And that was that's been my thing, man, for the last, I don't know how many years, dude. Why are we running Dak like he's not a Jalen Hurts? He's better than Jalen Hurts at his own game.
Well, you know, the fear of injury, I think that they kind of told Dak Prescott to haul it back a little bit. I go all the way back to 2021, I believe. We played against the Atlanta Falcons, and he ran in that game and lowered his helmet and ran over a guy, for the touchdown. And they're like, hey, man, talk that stuff, but don't do it again. It's one of those things. But I would tell you this, that I think Mike McCarthy, think about this, when he was coaching for Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers used his legs a lot.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers caught people going off the field, right? Let's say, I talked about it a little bit earlier in the weeks, and you made a great point about how up-tempo, getting to the line early, that way you can catch the defense trying to switch people off. which is something we've never done. How many times have you seen Dallas trying to catch the defense with a linebacker running up the field and someone coming on?
Yeah.
We don't do it. We don't do it. That's smart football. Fucking Green Bay did it. With
Yeah.
McCarthy.
Yeah, they
So
did
what?
it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what you're talking about. It's adapting those things and letting Mike be Mike, but we haven't allowed Mike to be him. And what's pissed me off is a lot of people, I still hear people talking about, oh, this is Mike's last year, whatever. Like, dude, like stop, bro.
It's been his last year since 2020. Yo, he's been having his back against the wall. Yeah, he's winning.
This dude, you know, what's the song? All I do is win, no matter what. Dude, that's it.
All I do is win, no matter what. Yo, yes, indeed, Spock.
That's the one thing. Mike don't even know that's his jam. He don't even know. He's just there, right?
Yo.
Come on, dude.
Let's get it, man.
You gotta be smart.
Hey, I gotta let you bounce though, man. Spock, but man, let me get one more thing from you, man. What else you gotta say, I'm gonna let you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? That's my guy Spock, man. All right, I got Kelvin, and then we got Willie D. All right, so Kelvin from DC for life, 580. You're live, Kelvin. Talk to me, man.
What's up, brother?
Nothing
How you
to
doing?
it, man. All is well. Can't complain.
And by the way, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just my name's Kevin, like Home Alone.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin. Oh, you can hear the L. I put an L in your name, huh? Kelvin.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin. My bad, Kevin.
You're good, bro. You're good. I mean, like, pretty much all I want to talk about is, like, I think we're pretty good on our offensive line. I think a lot of, with Tyron Smith's contract that was renegotiated and everything.
Right.
I think he's going to try to stay as healthy as much as he can to get that money while he can. You know, and Tyler Smith, I mean, if he does go down, he'll fly to the left tackle, and we'll be good there. I don't know who we'll put in that left guard, whether it be Steele or, you know, whoever.
Right.
But I'm not really worried about our offensive line. My biggest concern is two different parts, and the first one is my main concern is the kicker, because last year that was one, other than stopping the run, which we pretty much filled that need when we got Mozzie. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be a run-stopping machine. Not only that, he might be able to push the center into the quarterback and create pressure that way. But the kicker is one of my biggest concerns. Not that I'm saying let's rush and just go out and get any kicker. No. Let's be patient about it. But at the same time, I just feel like the kicker that we have right now is not going to be sufficient enough during the regular season. I don't want us to be missing extra points or short field goals. And that's my biggest concern on that point. The second one, and let me go ahead and pause if you want to go ahead and address the kicker part.
Okay, you know, kickers are fickle. You know, when they go bad, they do go bad. As far as not rushing, Robbie Gold, he's getting older. I think he's close to 40, and so is Mason Crosby. So those are your two veteran kickers that's out there on the free market. And Vicano, I don't know how to say that man's name, but hopefully he can start turning heads in training camp. But as far as mini camps, he's been missing kicks. But to be fair, our best kicker in the last 10 years or such was Dan Bailey, right?
Yeah, Dan Bailey. He led the league for the longest time for the most field goals made.
Yeah. And you know what his first kick was? It was a what?
Wasn't it a 50-yard?
His first kick ever was a what? It was a miss. I think he shanked it. And then he went on a run and started making all of the kicks. I think his first kick ever was against the 49ers in that Holly game, Jesse Holly game, I believe. It could be, and I could be off. You know, go and recheck and double check. But I remember people were kind of like iffy with him. And then he got onto a rhythm and he stopped missing. You know, he hit a real good run for us. And I would just say this: finding a kicker is like a needle in a haystack. You never know when you're going to get that kicker, but when you find him, have confidence in him. Don't pull him when he missed, and figure out a way to keep that going, because we got a good thing going with our punt kicker right now, a real good thing going with our punt kicker. But it's one of those things where, yes, you have every right to have reservations on a kicker. But go ahead.
And then my second concern was the backup running back, which I'm not going to lie, I am totally rooting for Deuce Vaughn. Like, I'm on the Deuce Vaughn train. He's short. He'd be hard to tackle. And by the time you know it, as soon as that ball snaps, he's 10 yards down the field. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, everybody has opinions, just like everybody has buttholes. And some stink worse than others. But I like him a lot. I mean, he's, for his height, he is built, and I really like him. Now, Pollard, I think he's a great running back. I've always liked Pollard. Zeke, he was more of our pretty much like fullback kind of running back that could block, could do anything we needed him to do, and which I was really disappointed in that last the 49ers game when Kellen called the last play and pretty much left Zeke to get slaughtered by the freaking defensive line. I don't even know what he was thinking on that. And they just plowed over him and got Dak. But, I mean, I like good running backs like Zeke, like that, just like Marion Barber. Marion Barber was pretty much the Zeke 1.0, you know?
Yeah.
He was strong and everything, and he could push people. He could push a lot. And, but I'm really rooting for Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, I am. I'm not saying that he is Emmett, but you can see some flashes of his game, whereas, you know, he's so small when he get out of the crawl space and then he bounces to the outside. He knows when to get out of bounds. He's disciplined as it relates to his running lanes and his drop foot or his jab step inside and outside of his releases inside the hole there. So I think that he can give you that element standing at 5'6.5" and weighing at probably 185 pounds or what have 80 pounds or what have you. So I'm not worried about his size because he did bench press 225 17 to 18 times. So I know he got some strength in there, and we're not looking for him to be the end. Yeah. So I'm not worried about that, you know. So the Cowboys okay at running back, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I mean, who do you think's not gonna make the team? Do you think Turbin, Fiocco, or what was the other kid's name that we drafted early on?
Tolbert,
but
Simi.
Tolbert, yeah.
I think
Tolbert, Turbin, or Fiocco.
Tolbert and Fiocco both making this team. They got to at least give Simi a real chance on the field before they can the guy. And as well as with Tolbert. I think Tolbert was drafted last year, so he gets a little grace and mercy. Turpin, I think that special teams, we could talk all the time about how he performed last year, but I always like to add in the fact that Turpin, he literally went from one sport, USFL, over to the Cowboys. He only had like a week or 2 week break between those two time frames. So let's give him a chance and opportunity. And on top of that, if he don't get hurt, they may utilize him on the offense a little bit more.
Okay, and I have, if it's all right, I'm not trying to hold your lineup.
Yeah, you good.
But two more questions, and on top of that, I just want to add that today's my 36th birthday, and I'm enjoying this and being able to listen to everybody talk football, and especially my favorite team, God's team, the Cowboys. That's why Jerry Jones had the stadium where it could be opened up, where God could watch his favorite team. But on linebackers, do you think the Longhorns, the linebacker that we got, I can't remember his last name.
Malik Jefferson?
I don't.
Oh, you're talking about Overshown.
Yeah, Overshown.
Yeah.
Overshown. Do you think we'll see more of Overshown or Cox filling in?
I think
when
Cox.
need be?
I think Cox get the first wave of rotation, and then Overshown get a chance to display his talent. I think that what was holding Jabril Cox back was the previous coaching regime. I think we had somebody, either it was Michael Gelkin, or it could have been Brian Broaddus, or Kyle Uman talking about that it was like an influx between the coaching. And we should see more of Jabril Cox out there on the field because that coaching staff, as far as the linebacker guy, is gone. So we should see more of Jabril Cox.
And then my other question, and this will be my last question, then I'll let you go.
Yeah, you good, birthday guy? You good?
When it comes to cornerback, who? I know we got Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs is going to play, and of course, and I mean, those two are our main guys. But who do you think will be number 3? I know there was talk about Kelvin Joseph playing safety or free safety, and but is Kelvin Joseph going to play, or the can't remember his first name, but Scott Jr. that we drafted in the 6th round? I think we moved the 5th or 6th round that we moved up to get him.
I would lean on the fact that even when you mention this right here with Kelvin Joseph, I haven't heard anyone mentioning him. We heard of Eric Scott. We heard of even Deron Bland this offseason. We heard of other guys easy making impact. So hopefully, and there's no shade at Kelvin Joseph, hopefully he can turn a corner to make his name be heard during this offseason or during training camp next month so that he can be fitted right into this rotation. If not, I know for sure he's a special teams guy. He'll make the team in that light. Far as the starting guys, I'm looking at it. Trayvon Diggs, of course, Stephon Gilmore, and then Bland, and then either it's going to be Eric Scott or Kelvin Joseph or Nashawn Wright or Izzy. We got a loaded room. So if Kelvin Joseph want to make an impact, it's going to have to be clean during this training camp.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. I was rooting for him. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't a day one Mike Parsons person.
Right.
But the reason behind that was someone threw me a false rumor and said that Mike Parsons was the injured linebacker. And that's I went back to, what was it? Not Sean Lee. It was, what was his name?
Jalen Smith?
Yeah, Jalen Smith.
Okay.
Like, oh, man, we're doing it again. We're doing it again. And that's why. And then once I found out, which was like the second day, no, he's not injured. I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at the pick, you know? And then he just balled out, and he's been balling out ever since.
No doubt,
and I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to get his bread. He's going to get his bag, and so is Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs can get his bag. CD, I don't know. I don't think he has got his bag yet, but he's going to. And, I mean, all this hate talk about Dak pisses me off because everybody wants to say, oh, well, Dak is trash, Dak's trash. He was playing injured. I mean, like, he was injured and then came back just like I feel like they rushed Dak kind of back. I mean, they took their time, but at the same time, I don't think he was ready to come back. And just like Gallup. I don't think Gallup was totally ready. Maybe not. I don't think he was ready mentally. Physically, he might have been.
No doubt, man.
Mentally, yeah.
I appreciate you, Kelvin, man. Kevin, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
and
you're good, man. You're good.
Gotta make sure I won't stretch out your name there, Kevin.
But all right, well, I love you, brother, and I appreciate everything you do, and thank you for bringing all the great Cowboy content. I listen to you every day.
No doubt, man. Enjoy your birthday, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thanks, brother.
No doubt, man. That's Kevin, man. My daughter's birthday was yesterday on the 25th there, so we went to Chuck E. Cheese. We had a great time, and it was great. We spent many of hours, going through all of the cyclings there. And you know how you get the unlimited pass? That's the best one. The unlimited pass, far as you pay about an hour, and we ended up standing there for 2 hours, unlimited passes. So that's better than, putting the money on the card and then, how that goes. But the unlimited pass and then Chuck E. Cheese, cheese pizzas is one of the best out there, especially in the DF Dub. So it's always good to celebrate your day, right? And I try to celebrate their day every day, not just on their birthday, by the way. But it's good to reflect and look back and then, bring positive vibes, but neither here nor there, man. Shout out to you, Kevin, for your birthday, and shout out to everybody who's born in the month of June. My mom's birthday was June the 9th, by the way. So got a lot of birthday June babies out here. So shout out to all of the June babies. And now it's getting ready for July. So if you're born in July, let me know, and I'll try to give you a shout out, But happy birthday to all of the Cowboys nation out here. Willie D, man, from the 214, you're live, fam. The last caller of the hour, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man. First of all, I want to tell you, tell your daughter happy birthday. But
appreciate it.
Also, you started kind of late for like having kids because you told me. First of all, we down the same age.
Yeah.
But I had a girl. My girl, 20 years old, but she just told me like a week ago she's pregnant. I'm going to be a grandfather.
Oh, my gosh, man. I started late, man. My classmates already got grandkids, man. So, I did start late, man. But, hey, once you in, you in.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, I got I heard you about an hour ago talking about everybody needs to burn homes and somebody breaking your house. So I got all kind of Willie D quotes.
Yeah.
So I got another one for you.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
He go like this. He said, Willie D said, you cry when your grandma died. That was real, but you don't gotta cry no more. You're gonna feel. So that's gangster. But yeah, man, these Cowboy fans, like, I've been listening to these folks that been calling today, and I've been feeling these people that's calling today, man. Like,
right.
The last dude just said, talking about he can't say any Cowboy fan going on Dak Prescott. Like, I got like a couple, about 4 or 5 partners of mine. We all run the same age. All of us love the Cowboys. But they trash Dak Prescott. And so I try to be positive. I've been trying to tell them, man, look, first of all, you got to think. Another thing is this. I'm the type of dude, about 2 weeks ago, I watched y'all the day he got hurt. Remember when it was you, Big Game James, and Steele?
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Yeah.
And I because first of all, because I remember like, I can remember like Big Game James kind of crying a little bit. So I said I just want to see it because I don't forget that Dak Prescott he got hurt for us in a team like in a team like the whole team like got so much respect for that dude. And the Cowboy fans, first of all, I feel like this. Most NFL fans don't like us, and they so don't like Dak Prescott. So for whatever reason,
So I'm not gonna throw no shade at him because first of all, we lucky because if it was up to Jerry Jones was gonna get Paxton Lynch. That fool that's NFL in 2 years.
Yup.
And so I don't get it. I do not get it out. But another thing is this, and like when I was younger, so of course I can remember the Dallas Cowboys back in the day. I was an offensive type of dude. Of course I knew defense was important. But basically what I'm trying to say is if I'd have been like keen in on defense back then, because back then it was of course a defense real fast. But this defense right here, man, all thing Dak Prescott to do is just step up against the 49ers or the Eagles. Another thing is I really want the Eagles to playoffs. First of all, if we do make the playoffs and they there, I don't care if it's there or here. I want to play the Eagles in the playoffs because Dak Prescott owned the Eagles.
He do. He owned them boys all day. He do.
Yeah, he owned.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
He owned. So yeah, man. But some of the Cowboy fans, like I be telling man, just go join another team, or just stop talking to me like, cause like when I was in my 20s, I swear to God, I done had at least about 4. I didn't never put hands on people, but I came real close. I'm talking about so close because I'm passionate about the Cowboys. I'm passionate about the Cowboys, man. And so, and Dak Prescott, he did not deserve. I would say Brandon. Well, I couldn't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it.
I feel you,
man.
man.
I like Brandon at all.
Yeah, I feel you, fam. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I got for you today, man. But yeah, I was on hold for over an hour. But
I know, man. You're the last one, man. Keep on holding on for me, man. I appreciate you, man. Maybe I'll speed up the calls a little bit, but I just thought that I'll give back to the nation, man, today, and I'm finna go grab me something to eat. You know what I mean? I got to feed my beard over here. Yeah. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, I know.
No doubt, man. That's Willie D, man, from the 214, man. And congratulations to him for being he's finna be a grandfather. You know, I got to catch up with him, but I be damned. You know, these girls better last, you know. They better get married before they start having some kids. And I got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, so that's a long way from now. I better have the Moses beard